Hello chat, welcome back to the Shiny Professor Oak Challenge in Legends ZA. In the last stream, we did it, chat. We did it. We said the S word. We ended up getting our shiny Honedge, and that's really good. That's good to note. And off stream yesterday, I ended up getting another shiny, which means we only have two shinies left until we're done with this section. And then the game gets significantly easier. So let's just like jump into it, and I can show you what's like. Oh no, we're good. So yeah, as you can see, we did manage to get our Honedge. We did. It looks sick. It looks very cool. Very, very nice. Very good find, right? Arguably one of the best shinies in this section or in this game, right? Additionally, everybody say hi to Pip, our little rat. I ended up getting little Pip, which means that the last two Pokemon we need to get for this section are Gumi and one more Eevee for Umbreon. That's it. Those are the only things we have left. And then we can just get out of here and we can start the actual grind of this section and additionally play the game, because we really haven't done that at all, but that's okay. So the game plan today was to do Gumi. However, I am curious as to what you guys would like me to do. So I'll give you guys the option, because Gumi would be a good one to end on, but also I think people like Gumi way more. So, let me just give you the breakdown of the different hunts that we would be doing.
Hey John, the first see you trying to grow out that beard looks good. Smiley face emoji.
This, Chad, this is my facial hair. This is how it's always been. it's never changed. So there is an Eevee that's over here. If you remember from the beginning of this section, we still don't have all of them. But there is an Eevee that's, oh, it's cloudy, but there would be, if there was an Eevee, it would be right here. It would be. Or we can go over here when it's raining and we can get Goo. We can go for rare Goo gaming, which is over here. If it was raining, it would appear on the dock right there. So, gets easier, stays in the section for like 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, well, yeah, that's probably very accurate, but when you compare it to, you know, this section, which we've been in for, I think, 3.5 months, that sounds pretty good to me. That sounds pretty good. You know what, chat, how about we just go for Gumi? What do you think? I think we just run it for Gumi. We just keep changing this until it turns into rain, save, then we just go back and forth. We don't have access to the sewer. Sewer is way, way, way later in the game. We do not have access to that. Unfortunate, but that's the reality. Where'd you hunt Dedenne? I hunted it where I was hunting Eevee. That was the goal, as I was looking for Eevee. There's 2 Gumis if you keep walking. Yeah, we've already tested this before. It takes too long. If we were fast traveling, it would be better, but the issue is that if you fast travel, we lose the rain, like after a certain point in time, and we have to go through this process of resetting over and over. And so what we do is we hunt until the rain appears. We keep like resetting the benches until the rain appears, and then we go and save the game and then just run back and forth. Have a bench reset near Eevee and then come to Gumi when it starts raining. I just don't want a bench reset on stream. I feel like that's wildly boring, because you don't even see anything. You know what I mean? This bench reset does not show Eevee. Like, you have to fully turn around for every single encounter. That being said, there is one other location where we could hunt for Eevee, which is, I think it's here, right? No. Here. There's a bench right here and Eevee spawns right here. You're bench resetting now anyways? Yes, but I'm not doing it on stream. Ooh! Ooh! Well, that was quick. All right, cool. Any mods want to run a prediction? But yeah, if we just go down here, you'll see that there'll be a Goomy that will spawn, and all we do is just run away. We just go over here, and we just run back. As you can see. And we'll do a little test to see how long this lasts. Because the rain usually does not last very long. It is maybe 5 minutes. I'm hoping we get a long one. I think Goomy will be kind. Me too. I hope so. And obviously, 20% chance for it to be an alpha. I would not bank on that. Considering that the past 3 20% alpha chances we've had, we've got all of them. So, Sligoo would be really bad. Will the rain be there if you reset from the save? Yes, it will. Also, hi. I've been thinking about you recently. I'm sorry I have not texted you. I moved. It's been quite a tumultuous month. But I can hit you up tonight. Is this the only thing you're re-rolling? Yes. To my knowledge, it is. It is. Julia, thanks for the 10 months. Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, this music is not loud enough. Or maybe it's the rain that's loud. I don't know. But yeah, rather than fast traveling, because if we fast traveled here, it would autosave the game. And so by doing this,
hey John, it's been a while since I watched your stream. Hope you've been doing well.
Scaff, thanks for the 21 months. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I've been doing great. And I'm excited because there is a very high potential, chat, that we finish this section tomorrow. Like, it's looking really nice. It's looking real nice. And so I am optimistic. Because if we get Goomy today, we could get Eevee tomorrow. And then that's right before Pokemon Day. So it would be nice if the stars aligned on that one. And then we can do Fire Red Leaf Green on release day. Not that we wouldn't anyways, but it would be nice, like it'd be convenient. It'd be convenient for it to happen. We could get both today. I you know, based on my history of hunting these like running back and forth, I call them rooftop Pokemon, but like my history of doing this, not been in one day. I think the only time we've ever had that was Eevee. So I don't see that in our future, but Crouch and Cower, thanks for the Prime. I appreciate it. Pogue, thanks for the 5 months of Prime. Mochi Man, thanks for the 6 months. Red Belt, thanks for the 14 months. Canned Peaches, thanks for the 6 months. Platinum, thanks for gifting a sub. I appreciate it. Master Akari, thanks for the 16 months. Spirit, thanks for the 13 months. Finn, thanks for the 59 months of Prime. That's crazy. 59 months. 5 years of using your Prime sub. Absurd. Is it Lukey? Thanks for the Prime. Boot Muffin, thanks for the 35 months. I appreciate it. Am I gonna be live for the treehouse? Do you guys want to see that? You wanna see me react to that? I think we'll kind of gauge where we're at. We'll see. Cause yeah, how much of it is Pokopia? Because the reality of it, chat, although I am excited to play Pokopia, it's really just like we would be watching a glorified podcast. I don't think it's going to be as exciting as you guys think it will be. We're just going to be listening to a podcast together and watching gameplay. I just want to see Lotad in that game. I am curious how many Pokemon are in it. And just off of that game has a lot of hype right now, like an insane amount of hype, more than I think I've seen for a side series game in a very long time. So there's potential they could do DLC if that game does extremely well. Yeah, I could imagine like 300 Pokemon. I could see it. Jay, thanks for the 32 months. Thank you. Simply Josh, thanks for the 2 months of Prime. Jay-Z, thanks for the 4 months.
Howdy.
I think Gumi spawns near zone 1 too, and you can bench reset a lot faster. You definitely can, but I don't want to bench reset on stream. It's just boring to watch, chat. It's also significantly slower than this. Because keep in mind, I get a new Gumi about every like 6 seconds. And the bench reset takes about like 15. We need home compatibility with Pokopia. I don't think that that's gonna happen. It's a side series game, chat. Which, like, not that they haven't done that before, but I wouldn't put your money into that at all. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. Can I get a shiny Dumpy, please? I don't think I can help you there. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can you not get Dedenne doing this as well? We already got it. Rat. But no, we can't. We are Gumi gaming today. We are. I'm also surprised, Chad. This has lasted for 6 minutes so far. This is the longest rain that we have had. Like, it actually might... There's a chance it could last until the end of the night. So that's not bad. That's not bad. But yeah, after this, we have Eevee, and then we're done. And the following streams are going to be an insanely long grind to just evolve everything. And to be totally honest with you, I don't know the real like speedy method to do it other than to just do the battle zones, which like I'm fine with. We can't buy candies or anything like that. So there's no farming that can be done in terms of like getting experience candies. That's fine. I just know that there are some Pokemon that are going to be a little bit stinky, which I think we'll just get out of the way first, maybe. Because we have a bunch of Pokemon that are high level, but just straight up will not obey us. Like Taxes, who needs to get to level 55. That's gonna take a really long time when we can't battle with it, and so we just have to have it in the party. And I think we're just gonna have a bunch of Pokemon in the party. I think high level alphas around the city are the move. I think those would take way too long to take down. What ZA rank is this? We're rank Y. Like, we are not even we're not even close. Candima is pretty low right now too. Probably. Yeah, I haven't really looked. Yeah. Like, that looks like a lot, but it's not. It's barely anything. Because these right here, so this is what, 40,000 XP? Yeah, this is about 40,000 experience points, which is like, it's good, but it's not. It's not. Does Fire Leaf Green have an experience share? It has a singular. It is a singular 1 experience share. Yes. Okay, we made it. Almost 10 minutes. Oh, did the rain go away? Okay. Because the rain went away when it changed over, so. You can experience it for 30 Pokemon caught. Yep, that sounds about right. Okay, so it lasted the entire day, or the entire night cycle. I'll take it. That works for me. It's also easier to remember. Yeah, you get, so the way that it works is there's a, Professor Oak's aide goes and is like in the gateways of a bunch of different locations. You can get the experience share, you can get, oh, it's been such a long time. I think the item finder is another one of them. Amulet coin. Oh no, the item finder is way later. That's when you're on the Seti Islands, right? I know, chat. Chat, the whole game leaked. I'm sorry. I'm just so antsy to talk about it. You also need 60 to get the national dex. Here's the thing, is I wouldn't focus too hard on getting the national dex because you can't even complete it. At least right this second, you can't. So, and there's a chance you might not. Do I have water to hydrate? Yeah, I filled up this bottle, this glass bottle that I have. I've been sipping away at it. You need the Natdex for the Mewtwo and Sevi Island quest? That's true. Yeah, you are right about that. Yep. You think Platinum will come to the Switch? I would just start with the Game Boy games, chat. It is airport water, but I just refilled the bottle. Yep. Oh yeah, we get to do the Legendary Beast too. That's gonna be so fun. It's pretty quick too to hunt him. Like not to shiny hunt them, but to like hunt one down. I don't think DS games would come to the Switch. I think the reality is that if they were to come to the Switch, or if they were to come to a console, this is the console for it to come to. As much as I would love for the Switch to just be the constant console from now on for Nintendo, because I feel like they've spent, I don't know, like 15, 20 years trying to perfect a console, and the Switch 2 truly like is everything I want in a console. And I don't think they really need to reinvent the wheel like they have tried for every Nintendo console release that they have done since the Wii. So, yeah, I would very much like them to release it just because it has a touchscreen and the DS has a touchscreen. There was a 3D render mock-up of a thing that connected USB-C style to the top of your Switch 2. And it folded like a DS hinge. I don't really think that that's possible. So, but I could see them doing like the side-by-side thing. Like left side of the screen is just going to be the game, and then the right side of the screen is the touchscreen aspect. Or they make a peripheral so you can hold it vertically. I've seen that too. Do you think Fire Red Leaf Green have soft resetting? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Soft resetting is built into the cartridge, not into the console. So, yeah, there's no reason for them to remove that. Because keep in mind, chat, they're not. The game is just a port. How are you gonna do Fire Red Leaf Green video since all the shinies are 1 in 8192? I'm gonna change the odds. I'm gonna hunt with 2 games, and then it's 1 in 4096. That's math, chat. That's math and science. What's the hardest game to shiny hunt in? Colosseum. I really can't think of anything worse than Colosseum. No, Ludo, I wouldn't even say gold, silver, crystal, just because of the fact that you have the egg breeding. You can get away with a lot of stuff in that game. It does take a long time, though. You could say Gen 1 if you want. I would also say Gen 3, because Gen 3 truly doesn't have anything. It's just all full odds hunting. Pokespots? Yeah, true. Yeah, I kind of forget that you can shiny hunt those. And it's such a shame that those take so long to hunt in Colosseum, just because of the fact that like there's so many banger Pokemon that you can get. Like you can get Raikou and Suicune. That's super, super cool. Oh no, we can't go to bed now. Yeah, you can shiny hunt in Colosseum. It's a little bit weird how it works, but yeah, you can. Yeah, because the Pokemon is not shiny. Well, you don't check to see if it's shiny when you encounter it. It's after you catch it. You can get Boingo. That's so true. And that's early in the game, too. Were Pokespots only in XD? Yeah. Yeah, because they shiny locked all of the Pokemon in XD except for the Pokespot Pokemon, to my understanding. But all the Shadow Pokemon in Colosseum can be shiny hunted, and there's some that are pretty easy to do, and then some of them that are insanely difficult to do. And some that the US didn't even get access to, like Scizor and I think Togepi, Mareep. I'm sure I'm missing one. But those were like e-reader cards. It's those three. That's actually insane that I remember that. But what's also kind of cool about having Fire Red Leaf Green, if the home compatibility was like actually true, which I think it'd be a weird thing, chat. Like they plan so heavily in advance. I think they just wanted to surprise people with home compatibility, and that's why they removed it. But anyways, one cool thing is you can get Gen 3 ribbons from that. What 4 mons were we missing? Goomy Evos, and then 1 Umbreon. Wasn't it reconfirmed? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked on the World Wide Web today. I woke up and went live. If they had Harkles over to the Switch, would they let Spiky or Pichu transfer to home? I don't have that foresight. Probably not. Probably not. I don't think so. Yeah, it'd be fun to do ribbons again. It would be. It's just the issue. A lot of people were like, hey, John, can you do another ribbon video, or can you like expand on the original one that you did? And while I definitely could do that, since I did that video, which keep in mind that was 2018, so 8 years ago, basically, is when I made that video. And since then, they have added, I think, 5 or 6 ribbons. It would be wildly underwhelming. It's honestly one of those things where I should just do it again from scratch. You know what I mean? I could do that. I could do that. How much is your tuition? I could do that. We don't need ribbons, we have marks. Yeah, but marks are not as exciting. They aren't. I'm sorry. I really like the ribbons because the marks don't really tell you anything. Because the ribbons are like it's a journey. You can see all the stuff that you've gone and accomplished. And additionally, not to start any drama here, I didn't actually finish my ribbon master when I did Fortress. There was one ribbon I didn't do. But in my defense, I didn't know how the ribbon worked. There was one ribbon where you do a battle tower with another person. And from the way that it was explained, I believe that it was implied that you did it like locally. But you could do it over Wi-Fi. So I would have to find a person to play it with and win. Because I think you have to get a gold. You have to get a maybe it's just a 21 streak. Maybe you don't have to get to 49. I don't know. Nimi, is this your competitive battling introduction? Maybe. I mean, that's pretty early into the challenge, too. I'm trying to think, like, the early ribbons that you get. I guess the question is, if I were to start over again, what Pokemon would I use? I have one in mind. It's just, like, not exciting to use. I'm going to eat the mattress. Not bad. Because keep in mind, it has to be a shadow Pokemon. So we are limited to 48 Pokemon that we can do it for, but it's even more limiting than that because some Pokemon are not in every single game. The one that I think would be the most feasible, and you also have to look at it from like a competitive aspect because you need to have a relatively good Pokemon. And I know I use Fortress, but like it would be easier if I chose something a little bit better. Like Rhydon. Rhydon is arguably one of the best ones to use because it's quite literally in every single game. So, except for this one. Check time? There's no check time. It's just we see Gumi and we don't. Pile of swine. Yeah, there's nothing to check, chat. It's just, That's just it. It's just the end of the prediction. That's how the rooftop hunts go. I'm here to say hi. No Gamba? No, we do. We do. Yeah, we could do Pilot Swine. I've never seen somebody do that one. People say Scizor, and I love Scizor, but not that I'm one of those like, oh, somebody did it so you can never do it again, but Toast already did that. Toast loves Scizor very much, more than I ever will, even though Scizor is one of my favorites. Yeah, I would have to make my own. I would like Viperier's cool. It's kind of cool. You could use Togepi. Well, I mean, I do have the Japanese game. Not a bad read. Or I could do Mareep. Is Swinub not in everything? It might not be in black and white. No Mareep in Sword and Shield. If I'm not mistaken though, isn't the Sword and Shield medal one that you can get in another Gen 8 game? Like you can get it in BDSP? Or is it only that? Oh no, you can get that one in the Champ ribbon. You're right. Yeah, because they have a ribbon if you get to Master Ball tier with your Pokemon. And it works for any gen. It works for Gen 8 or Gen 9, from my understanding. I haven't looked too much into it, but I'm pretty sure that's true. But yeah, you're right. You do have to beat the Elite Four. And there aren't any ribbons in this game, right? Vulpix? I think Vulpix isn't in some games. I don't know. Is Ralts available as a shadow Pokemon? I have no idea. Yeah, there's a lot of research that has to go into stuff like that, chat. Isn't Magikarp in every game? Yeah, but I don't think there's a shadow Magikarp. Maybe. Keep in mind, I've only really I've 100%ed Colosseum and XD once, and I did it in the same week, I think, or like in the span of a month at least. So I really don't. I don't remember too much. Annihilate would be so sick. Oh, that'd be so sick. And like realistically, that video wouldn't take like an insane amount of time to do. Like there's some that suck. But it's also a non-shiny hunting video. Eevee mini shoulder bag. Okay, I'm looking. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, that's very nice. I'm interested to see if they do home support for Colosseum and XD, given that we already know they're NSO and not standalone releases. I truly think, people said yesterday that I was crazy for saying it, but I truly think that they're going to take back what they said about it being NSO. Because here's the reality, chat. If they do not make them standalone games, you cannot complete the Pokedex in Fire Red Leaf Green. It is quite literally impossible to do. And I think people would make a stink. And that's even if they add like Ho-Oh and Lugia into like the Naval Rock events, still like there are still Pokemon. So because keep in mind, we went over it. They announced it in April last year that it was coming to NSO. Like, chat, all they have to do is just upload it. It's not true? Okay, then prove me wrong. When's a new VOD? We're working on that today. You think there'll be a home reward? That's a great question, and I have no idea. I really don't. Because like I guess what would be, because if it's just Fire Red Leaf Green, it would just be the regional decks. So if you could get the 151, like they could release Shiny Mew. It's just, I don't know if they would actually do that. There's a, you know, it's right there. And then if they did Ruby and Sapphire Emerald, they could do Shiny Jirachi. Maybe that was the long plan. They just wanted that to happen. Maybe they do away with the national decks, like in Pokemon Home. Probably. They wouldn't do it for a $20 game. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It just seems like they need more money to do something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. They might just not release mythical Pokemon
What
because
do you
they're
think
not
is
required.
coming out in the Poke Presents?
Well, also another thing, like, I know that you don't need mythical Pokemon to complete the decks, but like that is also another thing. All the Altering Cave Pokemon are available in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and that's great. However, that was only, it was an event, and they wouldn't like stack. If you went to go to the Altering Cave, you would only get one Pokemon from the Altering Cave. And they're not going to recode the entire game to add that stuff in. So the way that it works is you would go to the Pokemon Center, or like, because I think they had that Pokemon Center in New York, where you would go and they would have an event and you could go to the Altering Cave and they would change it from Zubat to like, I don't know, something else, some random Pokemon. I think there were some e-reader ones as well. But yeah. Altering Cave operates off of a singular byte. It's very easy to up that byte with some sort of action. I guess that's fair. I just don't like, I don't think they care enough. I think just the general population does not care about the Altering Cave. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem like a piece of time they would want to invest into. They can't do any changes because of the rating. I guess I would need to hear more about how that works. But I don't think that they would. I think changing flags in the game doesn't make it like a new updated game. You know what I mean? Like, they're not adding anything to the game. Because look at it this way. If I'm not mistaken, somebody mentioned in chat that when Red, Blue, and Yellow came out on Virtual Console, that was after they enacted that thing in Europe, like the PEGI rating change. And that added, or at least in Crystal, they added Celebi. So, and that, you know, that was a change to the game, but they just changed a flag. So I don't think that's something to really worry about. Acoustics in that room are slightly different. Not bad, but different. Yeah, no, I know, chat. It's just because I have nothing in the room. I'm working on it. That's why there's no online trading. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. It's like you have to find like where the line is, because they could just set up a thing where you know, like how you had like the wireless trading thing. They could just like emulate it to make it Wi-Fi, right? So I don't know. They're not allowed to edit the code. They can add to your inventory an item, which is why the mythicals can come back. There you go. There you go. Yeah, the only one that's going to be an interesting case is Celebi. And technically Jirachi. Because those two Pokemon are notoriously difficult to get in those games. Because like the bonus disc for Jirachi is obviously like how they would add that in. But I honestly think if they were to do that, they would just add it through Pokemon Home. And then Celebi was a Japanese Colosseum bonus disc. Yeah, Mew was Faraway Island. So, like, that was an actual event in-game in Emerald. But Jirachi and Celebi didn't get anything. They just kind of, like, you could contest Jirachi, but Jirachi was just a pre-order bonus for Colosseum. And I have a whole video on it. I did the whole entire experience. Just adding the old Virtual Console games will fix Celebi. It would. It would. I just think that right now that's low on demand. Oh, true. That is on channel as well. Huh. What was the rating for Crystal on 3DS? E? It's the same game. Didn't the Celebi just give 48 of them? It did. Yeah, it gave one for every single Shadow Pokemon that you purified. And the way that it works is you get one, and then you also get Egan's Pikachu, which is cool. But you get if you go to another, like have a friend bring a memory card, they can unlock it as well, and you can do that 47 times. Are we gonna get the Colosseum bonus disc? Probably not. No. Because keep in mind the way that thing functioned is it's totally based around the idea of having a Game Boy Advance plugged into a port on a GameCube. Like that's something that they would have to completely rework. It's not something you can necessarily, like you can emulate that through a Switch 2, but it would be a disaster to do it. Way too much effort. Those discs are silly pricey. Yeah, I bought mine for about $50, and they're now like 200 plus. Crazy. Do you think we'll see the Game Boy Player UI when playing Fire Red Leaf Green docked on Switch? No, they've already shown it. Because if you look at if you look here. It's like down here. It's the regular game, and it's in pixel perfect mode, which is fantastic. Yep, so there's gonna be no border. Oh, should we check out dating sims, chat? Should we play a dating sim instead? Not bad. Not bad at all. This is Laver City, by the way. Whoever said it. Wait, you missed the button. No, go back, please. Yeah, this is a banger. Yeah, we'll just have to see. My hard read for just based off of the idea of Fire Red Leaf Green coming to the Switch 2 or the Switch and the Switch 2 is that the announcement that they're going to do, they're going to show that trailer again. I would guess, or they're just going to bring up the fact that they're available today or on the release day, and then they're just going to say, and also down the road we are going to be releasing Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Stay tuned. That's it. We already racked our brains yesterday about like what time frame would be cool for it to happen. If there's like any anniversaries or anything like that are coming up soon. And the only one is the Ruby and Sapphire release date is like March 13th for the US. But I think that's way too soon. It is Kanto though. I think most people can beat a Kanto game in about 3 days. So, I don't know. Did you get your second console? I did. I did. Yeah, I haven't set it up, but I'll probably do that tonight. Yeah, I'm just gonna move a save file over. Oh yeah, I'm beating it on the day it comes out. Let it be known. It'll happen. But yeah, let me show you. This. The old Cosmo and Wanda. This is the regular Switch. But the Joy-Cons are interesting because the dock is white. So the white Joy-Cons, somebody yoinked them and just replaced them. Have you seen the new Rayquaza card? It's just a regular art, but it's sick. It's from Ascended Heroes. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't really seen anything about Ascended Heroes because I barely knew that it came out, to be honest with you. There was not a lot of talk about it. It was just kind of like, I found out that it was out 2 weeks after it came out. But I know it's like a re-release set, right? Like there are some new cards, but a lot of them are just reprints of older ones for people who play in the TCG. If Champions drops on the 27th, do you think you'll play it? Because Fire Red Leaf Green is coming out that day, I don't think it's gonna come out that day. I'll play Champions for like 1 day. It's just like, it's not my wheelhouse of Pokemon. It's never really been either. I'm just not a competitive gamer. But I think it's fantastic, and it's going to make a big difference in the way Pokemon is perceived as like a competitive sport, which is awesome. Just because it's going to be so unbelievably accessible. Just having it on mobile is a game changer. But also, like, who knows if they have one thing that I've asked for a long time is a Battle Frontier exclusive game where you can go and do the battle facilities that were in, you know, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald and Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. I just don't see that happening. It would be really cool if they did, but I'm sure that we'll see gameplay of it. A new Battle Revolution, yeah, but I just kind of want one with a story, because...
Popping into resub, congrats on the move. Can't wait to catch up on the VODs, so much lore to learn, Johnstone.
Beefy, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Yeah, it would be really cool. It's so, as much as I do like Battle Revolution, if you have played that game, you know that game is extremely hollow. There's almost no content in that game. It's the storyline, if you want to call it that. And then you fight the bosses, and then that's the end of the game. Like, you can do like a round 2, and you can fight Mysterio, and he has like one of the coolest teams ever. But that's it. Any chance you'll upload the VOD of your last day playing the DLC when you catch Latios? I will at some point, but just not for a very long time. I'd rather just do these first because people care more about these. Bro's just an uber spammer, and that is true, but there are not many people in the Pokemon series that are like that, so. Because the whole purpose for Battle Revolution chat was just so people could have a 3D battle simulator. The reason why we don't have those games anymore is because the games are 3D now. There's no point in making them. You know what I mean? Like, why invest the time into doing that when you already get that right this second? So, it does have like fun game modes though. It does. Arlie, thanks for the 55 months. Yeah, we are going for Gumi. I have 2 left. I have Gumi and I have Umbreon, and then I'm Dunzo. Then I'm out of here. And I'm really going to try and grind and get this done today and tomorrow, chat, just so we are clear of mind. Clear of mind for Pokemon Day. Bango, thanks for the 5 months. How's the internet been? It's been good. It's been good. I had internet problems before, but without getting super nerdy into it, I had 2 routers, and the 2 routers were clashing against each other, and so my stream just kept dying. But yesterday I streamed, I didn't have a single frame drop, so we're chilling now. Also, fun fact about Battle Revolution that not a lot of people know about: there is a lost media of Battle Revolution. There was a platinum version of Battle Revolution that was used at to my knowledge, one singular IRL Pokemon competitive event. And there are only screenshots, like really low resolution screenshots.
Chat.
Octa, thanks for the 57 months of Prime.
Make your routers fight like battle bots.
That's true. Oh, do you guys remember that show? Holy moly, that was sick. How likely do you think Gen 10 is on Friday? 100%. I hate to make you guys feel old, but Scarlet and Violet came out 3 years ago. So. Or sorry, 4. 4 years this year. It'll happen. Minnesota. Yeah, we gotta mod that guy. That guy knows his states. When do you think Bank will stop being offered? I don't think that they will ever not offer it. The server cost for them to keep it up is so unbelievably cheap. There's no reason for them to ever shut it down. That being said, if they bring all of the Game Boy Advance, DS, and 3DS games to the Switch 2,
boomed up on a Tuesday.
I wouldn't be happy to see it gone, but I could totally understand them giving reason to taking it down. But that would be so wildly unlikely. Because there really aren't any people that have Pokemon stored in Pokemon Bank right now. Like, there are limitations to it. I want Shiny Shaman, and you'll get it. And you'll get it. You can have some of my capture cards if you want to hunt it the way I did. Once you get through Platinum. I have copies for you. Yeah, because I quad hunted it in Platinum. I think was it all Platinum, chat? I think I might have hunted one in Diamond and Pearl. I'm not sure. But hi, John. I love your videos. Awesome. Thank you. What capture card do you use for your 3DS? It's a 3DS capture card. It's like built into the console. Yeah. John, I want to get a case and manual for Platinum, but your Emerald fiasco scares me. Okay, well, to be fair, my Emerald copy, chat, was sealed. Totally different scenario. You'll be perfectly fine. People are way more focused on faking the cartridges than they are the actual, like, box that it's in. I promise you, you'll be okay. You can tell really well, or really easily, when it's like not industrially made, because I think a lot of reproduction boxes are faded because they're printed on like a home printer and not in like a printing company. So but also, once again, there's no demand for those things. For like the plastic boxes, almost zero. So but I would also just live by the mentality, if it's cheap, it might be too good to be true. No Gumi outfit? I did think about that. What was the outfit that I had? Oh, wait. I have an outfit. I'm gonna change once it rolls over. How underrated do you think that the Wii U was? No, it deserved it. Don't get it twisted. No, it absolutely deserved its flop. Every single step of the way. Yeah, no, that console had almost nothing going on. I remember buying it, and I bought the Luigi U version. I played that game, beat it, and I was like, okay, cool, we're done. And I had Mario Kart 8 as well.
It's been 10 years since last stream, wow.
I was live yesterday. But yeah, I played those two games and that was it. And there really weren't any other games that drove me to play the Wii U more. Like, I could play Toad's Treasure Tracker. Is anybody moved by that? I'm surely not. And then the only other game that interested me was Zombie U. And I remember seeing like the E3 trailers for it. And then the actual release of the game wasn't anything like the E3 trailers. And so it was like a dumbed down version of the game. And so I didn't want to buy that. And so I had my Wii U for probably about 3 months before I got rid of it. You haven't played Breath of the Wild? No. Nope, never played Breath of the Wild, never played Tears of the Kingdom. The only two Zelda games I've ever beat are Phantom Hourglass and Link Between Worlds. One day, I know. I know. It will happen. Just gotta find the time. Because I know, like, if I play Breath of the Wild, it's a huge, huge time sink. It's just hard to have time to be able to invest in a game like that. You ever play Yokai Watch? No. No, I know of it, though. I've seen gameplay of it. One thing I've heard, though, from people who are, like, really into Zelda is that Tears of the Kingdom is kind of overrated. Is that true or no? Like, in comparison to Breath of the Wild, it's not as good. Story is awful. Wait, is Remy Rat in the story? That's probably, if Remy Rat's not in the story, that's probably why it's bad. Is that a Ratatouille game for the Wii? I would play that on stream. We could do that as a birthday stream. That'd be huge. I think that's a dumb question to ask. If there's any movie that came out in the 2000s, there's a Wii game for it. There has to be. There's a DS one. I'm sold. I know that game's got to look great. Fantastic. I had the Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED. That's arguably one of the best. That might be the best Switch console variant. The Scarlet and Violet one's really good too. Speaking of console variants, didn't the Wii U only have like 3? It had the Wind Waker one, if you want to call that a console variant, because it was just the tablet that was different. It was still a black Wii U. It's just the tablet had like a gold etching on the outer. Opinion on them doing a Gen 10 console variant? I could see it, because think of it this way, like one of the first Switch consoles that got a variant was the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee one. Pretty early into its life cycle, so I could definitely see it. I don't know if it's like a little too soon, but I think also, like, let's just use this as a metric. Type 1, if you have the money for it, like you have bought a Switch 2. How do I word this? Like, you have had the money to buy a Switch 2 and you've chosen to buy it. Does that make sense? Like, you've wanted it enough to buy it. Hopefully that makes sense. I low-key could not follow your question. You know, like, it's not, do you have the money to get one? It's like, if you have the money to get one, have you bought one? Like, if you had the money and wanted to buy it and bought it, is my question. I'm just saying that the people who wanted a Switch 2 have already purchased one. And so...
Saw a store near me called Johnstone Supply.
Wait a second, I haven't heard that. That's new lore. Because I think that demographic has already been filled. Like, everybody who wanted one got one. And usually that's around the time frame when they start making alternate consoles to convince the people who do not want a base one. If that makes more sense. Who's waiting for the Pokemon Switch? Yeah, I think it's truly just like collectors. Because I don't even know if they made a Pokemon Switch 2, I don't even know if I would buy it. Oh yeah, we need the Gumi Fit. You're right. We need the Gumi Fit. Use your points, chat. Use your points. No, I just don't need it, chat. Like, the Switch 2 is really expensive. Like, when you look at it, it is like to get one, cool. To get 3 of them, that's a lot of money, chat. I don't think I would do it again. Oh yeah, this was the outfit that I had. Okay. I look like Gumi now. Do you see it? Do you guys understand what we're doing here? But yeah. If you're asking though if that's something that'll be presented at the Pokemon event in a couple days, no, I don't think so. Because typically that stuff gets announced way later. So like if they were to announce a new Pokemon game, which like that is pretty much confirmed because they do that every single time they do a Pokemon Presents. I don't think that they will announce a console variant until like a month before the game comes out. So maybe later this year in like September, maybe we would see something like that, but definitely not right now. Because if I'm not mistaken, any of the console bundles they've done before didn't even come with the game. Yeah, we did get S-Word. And we have Dedenne Rat. Because the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee one did not come with it. Scarlet and Violet is one that I bought, and that did not come with it. You think the game would come that soon, like October? Yeah. Yeah, 100%. October, November. That's usually the time frame. Would that be in a Director Presents? No, I think it would just be in a tweet. They've been known to do that. They're just like, yeah, it's a tweet now. We're just gonna let you guys know there's a new Switch variant that you can buy. Am I doing DLC? Yeah, we're just not jumping immediately into it. I would like a small break before we do a DLC section. We doing bingo for Friday? Yeah, I think I'm still adamant about being live 30 minutes before the presents. I just truly do not want to get up that early. And I will anyways because I have to get ready for stream, but like I don't want to just roll out of bed and be live. Do you think a mainstream Nintendo Direct is going to happen in March or April? Maybe. I don't know too much about that stuff. I really don't. Not very knowledgeable in the actual like Nintendo Directs. Do you see the new shiny Pokemon update in Go? No. What do you mean? I did get a shiny yesterday that was really cool. Hold. Pickle rat. Right now in Pokemon Go, they have the fire red, leaf green caps for Pikachu. I got that off of an incense spawn, but yeah, they also have leaf. They have the leaf hat as well. I also did the Hoopa because you guys mentioned to go for it. We got the 98 on that one. We got the 98. Very rarely does that go in my favor. Tomorrow is Brendan and May's hat. Oh, so they're doing it I didn't know that. I guess Nimi did tell me that. Huh, so they're only available for 1 day for each one of them? That's crazy. He doesn't listen to me? No, I listen to you. I remember this morning when you woke up and you're like, make me breakfast. Rah! And I said, okay, geez. Then we had breakfast together. Hey, hey. I also remember that. Oh. Use an incense to get any hat for Pikachu. Oh, okay. So like stacks on. I might have to dabble with that today. Hamster. Yeah, no, we got the hamster. We did. The update for Go is that you can get evolved Pokemon shiny like middle stage starters and stuff. What do you mean? You couldn't do that before? Like you couldn't get like a wild Ivysaur shiny? But you could, that's so odd. Why? Because by that logic, why did they not make it for like the final stage evolutions? Is it Totodile Calm Day today? Is it? I have no idea. I don't think so. I guess I didn't hear about it. Also, hold on. I got this at the airport in Atlanta. It was a wild spawn. Just hanging out. We were getting breakfast at the airport. There was just a shiny Charizard. Just happened to be there. Charles H. Charles H, everybody. Today is Johto Day with Totodile out from 6 to 7 local time. Oh. Why just Totodile, though? Hope the move went well? Yeah, it went great. For the most part. There are some small issues that we are figuring out. But yeah. ZA? But yeah, Chikorita is in ZA as well. Oh, it's a spotlight hour. Oh. Oh. I understand now. We can go for a walk. I'm down. Can we walk to the bike shop? Perchance. Possibly. John's first walk in years. And this is going to be your first ban in now. For 2 hours? Wait, we could do a 2-hour IRL Pokemon Go walking stream. Evil Septile, thanks for the 13 months. I appreciate it. Why do Japanese Dittos increase shiny odds? It's not just Japanese Dittos. It's any Ditto that's not from your region. It's just Japan has the most Pokemon players, and so it's just the easiest one to get. We reset. First stream I've caught since you moved. Congrats. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to, there's a chair that I bought that I'm going to put in this corner for the time being, just to like, fill in the echo a little bit more. It's just, it's big. It's big and I have to bring it upstairs and it's a whole pain. Yeah, but like my Ditto in Scarlet and Violet is a Korean one. Lift it through the balcony. That'd be sick. Epic. I just watched the VOD your first day and the audio is so much better. Yeah. Yeah, it's because in front of me now I have a giant blanket wall. And so when I talk forward, it's not bouncing off of like an empty wall. And then this wall was also empty, so it would bounce off of that wall and it would just kind of like reverberate. Did you get a new Ditto because of Fiona taking too long? Yeah, it was maximum cope. I was so worried that something was wrong with my Ditto, even though there was nothing wrong with it, but I really gave in. I really gave in. Had to be done. When I put a giant pillow fort around your chair, be a very cozy stream. It already is. I'm so comfy right now. I'm just in sweats. We need the blanket over your head. Well, then not only would you not see me, I wouldn't see anything. Or I could have it like draped over the camera, and then I would just be like in like a dark realm. We could do that. Just use gamer sense. I have 0, I fear. Gaming girl with the 25 months of Prime.
Hey John, hope you're settling in well. Johnston dummy, what are you expecting for Pokemon Day?
Pokemon.
Translate.
I want so many Pokemon to be seen. Let's play the Switch in handheld. I guess that is also an option. Not a good one, but it is an option. Yeah, I think we have quite literally said everything we could possibly imagine to be in the Presents chat. We've covered it all. About 3 times alone in this stream. Blanket over your head to make you fall asleep like a bird. That actually works for baby too. You put a blanket over him, he'll just go to sleep. He just shuts down. I'm looking at the Go Pass. Where's Hoopa? It's the deluxe. It's tier 1 of the deluxe. So you do have to buy it to get it. And that was also the last thing I needed for my Kalos decks. There is one more evolution I have to do to get Pangoro, but I need to catch dark Pokemon in order to evolve it. Do you think we'll see any new Pokemon on Friday? There is a chance we see one. I've talked about it before. There is a Pokemon that was leaked a long time ago. And if they reveal a certain thing, that would count. But aside from that, I don't think so. Or Tutera, that's true.
They're finally going to reveal Mew 3.
You know what? That's crazy enough that I could imagine it. I have no idea what you're talking about. It happened a long time ago. Like about 3 years ago. Yeah, there was a single Pokemon that got leaked in a future piece of Pokemon media. Please heal Cleffa and Dratini. That really triggers me. Good. Great. Yeah, I did show it a month ago, I think. I invited you to a raid. All right, chat. We're gonna do one raid on stream. Oh, it's Pickle. Oh, it's Lyra Hat Pickle. Okay, I'm gonna do this raid. And we're gonna see if I get a shiny rat. If it's shiny, I gift 7 subs. What are your top 3 megas in this game? Genuinely, it's hard to pick. It really is. Like, there are so many good Pokemon in this gen that, like, or in this game. I think it's the ones I like the most are the ones where the Pokemon was kind of saved, like Malamar. Mega Malamar is sick. Regular Malamar makes me sick. Lucario is cool. I'll say Starmie to be a Starmie defender. All right, chat, here we go. Did we get it? No. No, we didn't. We did not get it. This is the worst news ever. This might be the worst news I've ever received. And my parents got divorced. Wait, I got the background. Wait, rare pickle background. Rare. That's epic. Wait a second, if they're doing the legendaries every single day, I'm trying to think if there's any that I missed. I don't think so. Is it only going up to Gen 3? Because there's a chance maybe I can get Deoxys. Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 5, Gen 6. Okay, we're dueling. Would you ever do a video with Munching Orange? I don't think I'd really do a video with anybody, Chad. And that's not any like slander or anything like that. I don't really do collabs with people. That being said, I talked to Munching Orange for the first time at Worlds, and he said he wanted to see me, and it was just really bad timing. So, Nimi was on your stream yesterday. I'm talking like a dedicated video. Like, I'll have people in my videos when I'm working on them, but I don't want to go through the process of working on a video with somebody else. Just personal preference, that's all. Headless, thanks to that 100 bits. I appreciate it. It's also like, for what I do for a video chat, there isn't really anything I can do that people would also be willing to invest the time into. You know what I mean? Like, it is not, my channel is very specific in the content that I do, where like I can't just work with somebody and be like, hey, do you want to spend 300 hours on a video with me? Nobody is going to say yes to that, even if I did want to do that. You know, it would just be a disaster. You're saying you'll never do a Nuzlocke? No, I'm done doing Nuzlocke, Chat. I've been done for a long time. Came and gone. Came and went. Yeah, just for a channel that's not established in making like long form videos, that is a huge monetary risk. You know, like I cannot upload for 4 months and then upload this video and it will be perfectly fine, you know, for now. Obviously that'll go away at some point in the future, but most channels aren't like that. Most channels need to upload at least like every 2 weeks to stay afloat. So it's a very small list of people who'd even be able to do something like that. How about a video on their channel if they asked you? Unless we can do it in one day, no. I just don't have the time to do it, chat. You know, because like I said, I'm working on these videos for like months at a time. Like I just did a video with Jack a couple weeks ago. Where'd I get Dedenne? I got it where I was hunting Eevee. Yeah, I'm very big on this year, chat, of just like focusing on what I need to do rather than what I'm doing with other people, if that makes sense. Which, like, I've always been like that, but I'm definitely very much more about that this year. I don't get why people want collabs so much. I mean, I can understand it. It's just you have to look at it from the perspective of like what it would take to actually do it. Do you make more from Twitch or YouTube if you don't mind sharing? It really depends. It totally depends on like how much I stream or how much I upload. I would say, well, to put in perspective, if we go like on a monthly basis, chat, I make more on YouTube every month than I do on Twitch. Which I'm really grateful for, because that's, like I said, that's very rare. So, you know, like my channel, they kind of, there's a term for it, they call it evergreen, where like it's, people will just watch it until the end of time. That's just how it works. Like the average person who watches a video on my channel watches like another 5 after it. I'm just one of those binge channels. What Gort are we at? Oh, wait. I forgot, chat. We got a Gort. I totally forgot. We got this Gort. I got it this morning. Chat, this is Gort number 30. We got Gort number 30. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot about that. That's insane. I'm happy to announce Gort number 30. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, what then do we name it? XXL? How does that work? Do we just, is this the forbidden one? We just have to name it 30? Wait, doesn't that mean like from now on, we can't name any of them in the 30s? Like if this was hypothetically 31. Aw, nuts. They thought of everything. Rats! Okay, how about this? How about this? No, we can't do it. Not as exciting. It's not. XXL means 30, but then what is it? Oh, actually, I have to rename this once we restart. We won't even worry about it right now. Well, that's that, everybody. Because isn't L 50? Yeah, so that wouldn't make any sense. Wouldn't that make it 70? XL is 50 minus 20. There's math in Roman numerals. That's how. Oh, because it's. Oh. Oh. I get it now. Okay, well, you guys gave me a fact, and now I'm gonna give you a fact. Peanuts grow in the ground. That's a good fact. Peanuts are from the ground. Duh. What do you mean? I'm sure a lot of people think that when you think of like other nuts, they come from the trees. Like walnuts, that's from a tree. How about, did you know that cashews are actually from a fruit? And that's why they're so expensive. What about D's? D's nuts? That is not nice. Do you know how Coke, do you know, I don't know anything. I'm sorry, my tummy hurt. Was it the potato? John, give me a crazy shiny hunt to do. Fletchling in ZA. I'm having a Skarmory day. I don't know what that means. Is that good? Is that bad? If you have a stomachache from a potato, that's very bad. Well, we had spicy potatoes this morning. Good luck with the Goomy. Thanks, Ryan. We had two left. So we got Goomy and we have Umbreon, and then we done. Then we're out. Where are you at in the challenge? I be farting. I be farting for real. I be farting. Also, I have no idea how long we have hunted here, but I think we are reaching odds. 29. There you go. There you go. 93? I think is it more than 93? Let me goog. Let me goog. No, it is 93. That number has gone up and down so many times in this section. Cleared zone 6 and got an Eevee? Epic. What's your preferable spicy to non-spicy ratio? I don't know what that even means. Next calm day is March 14th. What is it? What rare rat? Yeah, it's around 360 an hour. I think there were a couple days that we hunted for, I think there was one stream we dedicated hunted for Goomy and didn't find it. Like for your food? No, I get what you're saying. I just have never thought of spice as a ratio. I don't know how you would ratio hot in your in your food. The hottest I'll ever go for like personal enjoyment is like maybe I don't know. Like habanero. All right, let me nickname Gort. Okay, but how do we do the math for the rest of them? We just won't get any more. That's the easy answer. Oh, true, I had to save. Well, I'm here. That's fine. No more Gort ever for the rest of the game. Peanut butter and celery is kind of weird, seeing that it's popular in US, and I tried it for the first time and it's not bad. Yeah, you guys never had ants on a log? That's a childhood snack. Yeah, we're 500 hours in. We are. To be fair, there was somebody else who has already finished this section that's in my chat, and they said it took them 500 hours to finish. So like I'm pretty much on par. There's a very solid chance that I finished the exact same time. Yeah, because you get a celery stick and you put peanut butter in the middle of the celery, and then you put little raisins on the top. And it's the ants. When you do your taxes, do you tell them you collect colorful pocket monsters? I don't need to tell them what I do. I just need to give them documents. Dalvino, thanks for the 49 months. I appreciate it. You know, I just hand them my documents that I get from like Twitch and Google, and then they just do my taxes. Insane, how many Gorts do you think you'll get? I said that I would get about 60. Which I think is reasonable. Yeah, I think it's a pretty fair number. Because a lot of the remaining sections, well, all of the remaining sections are just going to be wild zones. And so if we find one, it's just going to be while we're resetting the zone. Because I don't think that there are any fletchling that are in any other future zones. Have you ate cashews ever? Cashews are probably my favorite nut. Nuts. After Gumi, what do you have left? I have to get a single Eevee to get Umbreon. Pause, resume. I eat nut. Any mods who get the prediction, please? He's about to get so many we're resetting zone 12. Yeah, I mean, we definitely will. We will. Why are you short only one Eevee? Because I need to get 7 of them. It just takes a long time. That's been slowly chipping away at them. Rather than hunting 7 Eevee in a row, it just seemed well worth the investment to just kind of like slowly work at it. Somebody asked me what I'm excited to hunt later on. I mean, I can let you know next section what we have to hunt because it's a small section. Camerupt, that'd be cool. Carvana, Electros. Because just this is a slight spoiler. A small spoiler. But we get 3 new zones in the next section. And that's the entirety of the section. And Absol. 1 Absol. Is Gibble in the next section? Yep. Yeah, we just get, wait, is it 4 sections? Oh, we get zones 7, 8, 9, 10. Have you got screws to increase your catching power? I do. I realize that I don't really need them. Because the only things that are hard to catch are these specific things, like the Alpha Gumi. Well, I do the Gibble spawn trick. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Use your points, chat. Just spawn overloading? Oh, no. No, I'm not going to be doing that. Yeah, I thought that was patched anyways. But even if, yeah, I wouldn't do it. Should I try to hunt Lugia and Heart Gold? There are so many legendaries in that game that I would love to hunt at some point. Just like find a reason to do them. Yeah, I would say go for it. The burrows in that zone are so weird. They just slowly deplete. Wait, what do you mean? Like less of them appear over time? I think there are going to be some annoying Pokemon in the next section, chat. Like Gibble is going to be a lot, right? But I'm not really too worried about it. The thing that actually I think is going to be the worst part of the next section is just getting through Zone 9. Zone 9 is going to be so bad just off of the idea of making your, like, I'm going to have to be climbing the ladder every single time. How do you feel about shiny hunting? Hate it. Because that's the one where, like, I can't really show you it, but it's the incomplete area. Like, there's a bunch of construction going on. Yeah, Audino would be difficult too, but it won't be that bad. It freaking stinks. Yeah, what's the, is Audino rain only or something like that? Or is it nighttime only? How does that one work? Because I remember getting frustrated trying to find Audino in the initial, like in the base game. It's just low percentage. I kind of don't believe that because I spent so much time, like on 2 different playthroughs trying to find it. It's got to be a specific weather pattern. Just look for shaky grass. Oh, so true. Low chance and fast to run. Ow. Ow. But yeah, I mean, that's, and obviously Absol is going to be a little bit rough just because that's a rooftop hunt. But we'll probably make that the last Pokemon that we go for in the section. Where's Gumi spawning? Right over there, right by the lamppost. Also, I think my audio dial comes in today, and I'm so excited for that because, like, I have to manually adjust the audio of every single song, and it's getting so old. And it's only been 3 days. Are you benching for Absol? No, I think I'll just be running back and forth. I think that's the game plan. I think so. Yeah, we really wanted to use the bench too much anymore. It's just, we're just gonna be resetting. So, just resetting the route. Yeah, no, we have Dedenne Rat in the party. Where's Gumi? Over here. When I walk past the lamppost, it spawns right here. Doesn't Absol spawn after the first Rogue Mega? Yep, it does. And that's the next section. Because, so, just for context, rank X has nothing new. And only until we get to rank V do we get new Pokemon. And so we're just gonna be playing the game for, you know, not like super long, but like for a little bit of time. Yeah, the section where you get Rogue Mega Absol is the same section that you go and do the other Pokemon. No, there's nothing in W. Nope. I'm down for it, chat. I'm down for a little break. We get to actually play the video game. Don't have to ask me twice. I'll take it. Is John out of town? No, I just have another place, chat. This is my West Coast setup. And I'll be back in Georgia like probably a month from now, maybe a little bit longer than that. We'll see. I was getting acclimated, you know. That's the game plan. But there's a really strong chance that we do get Gumi today, as long as we don't go like crazy over odds. I think we can get it. How often are you traveling back and forth? For my own personal, like, for, you know, not having people like track me down, I'm not gonna say, but like I have like a general idea. I have a general idea of how I'm gonna be going back and forth. Can't wait for you to set up a New York base, perchance. It could happen. We could do 3 this year. You think Johto will come back? In what way? In what way? Like, they release it on the Switch? Are you excited to watch it at 6 a.m.? No, I'm not. No, I'm gonna be up at 5, live at 5:30, and then we're gonna be watching it at 6. It will be quite the treat. I'm definitely gonna have to get like food or something to keep me up. Because that's when stream starts, and I'm probably going to be streaming the entirety of that day. So that will be definitely very, very interesting. We can meal prep? Yeah, for sure. I'm down. This is a platinum track? This is the dance music from Diamond and Pearl. Something that most people did not do. Yeah, I am very excited to see the Presents. Because like this is probably going to be the biggest year ever for Pokemon, which is crazy to think about. Like I think the last time things have been as big was when it first happened, like when Pokemon was first Pokemon. They just have so much planned, which is exciting. And I'm just excited to see what they show off. Well, 2016? I mean, 2016 was big. Yeah, it was a big year. Yeah. I just think that there are, and I know this is more of like a negative aspect, but still it is true. The TCG was not popular in 2016. It's like absurdly popular right now. Pokemon Go just came out in 2016. And Pokemon Go is still thriving to this day, even 10 years later. Yeah, I would still stand by that Pokemon is larger than it's ever been. But every decade they try and do something big. Like the 10th anniversary was really cool because they just did a bunch of like promotional work, but also at the Pokemon centers, you could go every single month and get like a special 10th anniversary Pokemon. Am I gonna try Champions? I'll probably stream for a day, Chad. I don't think I'm gonna do more than that. It's just not like nobody comes here to see competitive gameplay. They're here to see high elo. That's different. That's not Pokemon. That's just me as a human being. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to think of like anything else that's in that could be down the pipeline for Pokemon. But I think we really have covered it all. I'm just here to see Baby. Yeah, he's nice. He's very nice. Chad, how many of you are interested in competitive Pokemon? Like you would be down to play more competitive Pokemon when Champions comes out. Finally caught a stream. You're a slippery man. I don't know what to do with that information. But I'm here. I'm clicking. I just kind of assume that if you guys watch me, you're more on like the collecting aspect. I'll try it out, but I'm not super interested. Yeah. But here's the thing, chat, is I've had this mentality with other games, and I was severely wrong. Like, I was not excited, really. Like, I was excited, but not, like, crazy excited for Legends Arceus. And we know how that turned out.
No.
So I could be wrong.
Pocket already pisses me off.
Jermaine, thanks for the 14 months of Prime. Wait, why don't you like Pocket? Can you help me out with my homework? I haven't done 6th grade math in a while, but I can try. Dylan, thanks for the Prime. I appreciate it. Rosanabi, thanks for the 16 months, if I didn't say that. Is 107 out of 493 good for a shiny National Livindex and Diamond? I've been going for a year and 7 months. I mean, yeah, you're finding like one shiny a day, or one shiny every 3 days. That's insane. That's also a tall order. You should get a hard one out of the way. Go and do Sunkern. Just jump into Sunkern and you're good. I'm actually curious, during my 100 hours of Radar, how many Pokemon I actually registered doing that. I'm sure I was pretty close. I was pretty close to that. Do Abra again. Did I get Abra in Diamond and Pearl? Like through radar? I don't even remember doing. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Yeah, that was really early on. I think I did at least. What do I have left? I just have Gumi, and then I have Umbreon. That's it. And then we are done. Then we can hang out and grind. Lots of leveling up. We are going to be. There's no way we don't max money from evolving everything. Are you trying to avoid hyperspace? I'm rank Y right now. Hyperspace isn't even a thought in the game. Would you ever do a Gen 6 National Dex video? Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. We'll do another National Dex this year. I just don't know exactly which one. The one that I am most inclined to want to do is Ultra Sun and Moon. Just because we haven't really done any Sun and Moon stuff in a long time, and that video was supposed to be done about 3 years ago. So, yeah, it'd be really nice to do that one. I just had some complications when that happened because what ended up happening is my computer broke while I was working on that video, and then the downtime it took to like get my computer replaced to be able to go back to streaming. By the time I got back, the people that watched had no idea, or who were watching had no idea what happened prior, and there was like a huge disconnect, and so I just scrapped that video. So we would just start all over. Also, those games are long. Even though I do love Ultra Sun and Moon, the storyline is very long to get through. So I think we came back and I was like halfway through the storyline of one of the games. So yeah, I think it'd be best to just start from the jump. I just got the Shiny Charmer and it took so long. Yeah, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I think it'd be fun too to kind of like break up a little bit of it by doing some shiny hunting in there as well. Like we could do some of the what do you call them? I did it for Litwick, the island scans. We could do some island scans. That'd be fun. Now I wouldn't do any wormholes because I'm saving pretty much all of those for when I do my shiny decks. I just came to check out the stream and see a dude rolling up and down a slope. Well, we've been doing that for about 400 hours, so you're actually at the best part. You're at the end of it. Isn't that exciting? Now you get to see the end of my rolling. Pokepelago hunt. I don't know if I would do that one, but it is cool to see other people do it. I'd love to see you do an earlier game badge quest. Like what? Like which one? Pokemon Black? I mean, that would be an excuse to play Black 2, White 2. Fire Red, Leaf Green. Here's the thing, chat, is when it comes to Pokemon content, one thing that I can assure you is it's very predictable. You're about to see about 30 of those videos next week. I'm not going to be one of those 30 people. Because I guarantee you every streamer that you know is going to be shiny hunting the starters in Fire Red, Leaf Green on the 27th. Everybody will. I have different plans. But yeah, it should it'll be a fun day though. I do have some stuff planned. I have most of it organized too. I had to do a little bit more of that, I think today or tomorrow, but speedrun the game? No, I think my speedrunning era is done, chat. It stopped at, I think, BDSP. Yeah, I've wanted to do more Uno videos. The issue is there isn't much more I can do. There really isn't. Like, you know? And I think a lot of I like just doing stuff that I can say is my own, and obviously like there is some overlap with a lot of videos, but like doing stuff like beating a game with only shinies and stuff like that, it just doesn't do anything for me because you could see that with anybody else, if that makes sense. And so I think that's also, like I said, that's like the most predictable thing that everybody does when a new game comes out, and so I just try to avoid stuff like that. I have a travel video idea for you. I'm listening. I'm listening. I was talking with, I think, Adef a couple days ago about a video idea. Maybe it was Nimi. Maybe it was both of them at the same time. I don't remember. Either way, the concept was to tour the entire world and get every single regional Pokemon in Pokemon Go. It would be such an insane monetary and time sink into doing it, but boy, would it be cool to just go to every location that offers them. So I would go to like Mexico to get Halucha, and then I'd go to France to get Klefki, and then I'd go to Australia to get Kangaskhan. I think it would just be really fun to do. It's just like I would be gone for so long. Will regional Furfrus count? Yeah, I do have all of them now though. Yeah, we probably wouldn't go to Mexico right now. we might have to wait a year or so. Relicanth, yeah, I actually just got traded a Relicanth. It was like the last thing that would be hard to get in Pokemon Go for Hoenn. You have to do a shoey if you come to Australia. What is that? I'm a little scared to ask. I realize that it's with a shoe, but what am I doing with the shoe? Drink alcohol from a shoe. I don't drink alcohol, so. But if you put a Dr. Pepper in there, I'd tear that up live. I would go crazy on that. The Dr. Pepper chug. I've seen a podcast. Well, Chad, I don't drink anymore. I stopped drinking. I found it to be kind of useless, a useless activity. Not that I haven't before. I definitely have. Regular Dr. Pepper or another flavor? Okay, let me put you on bowl. I think this is a rare spawn, but the cream soda Dr. Pepper, I rarely ever see that. Maybe like once a year I'll see that at the grocery store.
Long time no see, smile, glad to be back and tuning in.
Omega Ruby, thanks for the 10 months of Prime. I appreciate it. Yeah, that one's so good. The strawberry cream Dr. Pepper is also really good. And to be honest with you, I don't know anything past that. I can't think of any other flavors that I've had. And that's kind of the beauty of Dr. Pepper. They don't need to. They don't need to make more flavors. They've already mastered one. You want to know a fun fact? I think this happened last year, but Dr. Pepper is now the second most consumed soda in the US. It used to be Pepsi. It was Coca-Cola and then Pepsi, but they got dethroned by Dr. Pepper. And listen, I think Pepsi should be number one. I think it should be. And then it should be Dr. Pepper, and then maybe. Actually, nah, I wouldn't even put Coke in the top 3. I wouldn't. Coke uses AI. That's true. Fresca? That's true. They use Coke and they don't use Coke. They used to. They use AI in their promotional things, but also there was some new news that went out recently. They're actually AI generating the beverage itself. It's pretty crazy. They've started to make AI generated beverages. Yeah, we're now drinking AI. Yeah. There's a guy, they did like a test. There was a guy who drank so much of it, he turned into an NFT. It was crazy. He's still stuck there. As just a PNG. He had a wife and kids too. It's crazy. Yeah, there's also a place that makes Coke the old-fashioned way. I just think like I think people have not opened their mind to all of these soda flavors. Like the fact that there are no ginger beer enjoyers in this realm is very sad to hear. Ginger beer that's top 10. It's top 10. It's just hard to get. It's hard to find. Or like pineapple Fanta. Where are the pineapple Fanta enjoyers? Or even orange Fanta. Sun-kissed. Any others? Any other bangers? Mug root beer? Baja Blast. Here's the thing is Baja Blast has gone down in my rankings because I've had so much of it in my life that I don't like it as much as I used to. I really did ruin that experience for me. Would your round the world Pokemon Go tour be centered around a visit to Turkey? Wait, guys, that's a ball joke. I want to try mango Pepsi. I feel like I have tried that before and it was what you would expect it to be. Trader Joe's has an amazing ginger beer. I actually bought the diet version of that when I was at Trader Joe's last week. It was so bad. That's one of those sodas that you can't make a 0-calorie version. I don't know why, you just can't do it. It's not possible. It was very yucky. Yeah, no, I think that's the ranking. It's gotta be Big Pep. It's gotta be Dr. Pepper. And maybe orange Fanta. Am I missing anything else? I don't really care for Sprite. Sprite's whatever. Like I'll drink it. It's like, okay, it's Sprite. Nothing is better than Peach Canada Dry. I just the dry in Canada Dry is so true. Every time I drink that, my mouth it just feels like it's craving more water. Ooh, cherry Coke. Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Oh, they're thinking. That's a great point. Why did I never think of that? Ah, that's a good idea. We gotta get you on the Faygo train. I think I had the blue Faygo before, it was the no, I had the cherry one, and it tastes like medicine. Seven Up is cardboard flavored if you're interested. I don't know what you're drinking. Isn't 7 Up also a game that you'd play in school? You guys ever play that? Where you heads up 7 Up. Can I be honest with you, chat? I used to cheat. I used to cheat at that game. I would put my like, cause you had to put your head down. I would put my head down like this, and I would look at their shoes. Who tapped you? It was them. Oh, dude, how'd you know? You're cheating. Yeah. Yeah, it is high elo. Yeah, how do you think I climbed the ranks? High straight Johnstone. I didn't know I had a prefix. Hi, Gay Xander. Hi, Gay Xander. Especially if you had glow up shoes. I never had those. Oh, I had the ones the ones you stomped. Never mind, I did have those. Is this the next video? Maybe. Yeah, I think there actually might be another video prior to this one. Yep. We'll get to it though. Lucky guess. Chat, what are some like school games that you used to play? Like, you ever play Sharks and Minnows or like Timekeeper? What time is it, Timekeeper? 7 o'clock. And then you take 7 steps. And then eventually, after a certain amount of time, the Timekeeper would turn around and try and chase the people. Human sacrifice. I don't know if I did that one at my school. I don't remember that one. Choir class? I did a little singing back in my day. I did. I did a little bit of that. Foursquare. Here's the issue with Foursquare is the person who was like was the king or the queen, whoever who was the one who was at the top of the podium, they always cheated. Every single time I remember playing, they would always be a little cheater. And they would get sad when they would lose. Any mods who get the prediction, please? Yeah, they made the rules. And they shouldn't have. They definitely shouldn't have. Also, I'm getting really warm in this sweatshirt. I actually might change. It's getting a little too hot in this room. I'm trying to think of what other games. I think that was really it that I played. Oh yeah, true. I did play wall ball or kickball. I played kickball too. You ever play kickball and the teacher shows up to play with you, and everybody just like goes as far back as they physically can? We did bench ball. What is bench ball? Like you sat on the bench and watched everybody else play? You just sat. That's epic. Yeah, I did do wall ball. I remember doing that. Can we talk about like how insane school playgrounds were? And I think still are. Chat, if they decided that the safety mechanism, so if you were to like fall off of the monkey bars or whatever, your safety net is a pile of wood chips. I feel like grass would have been better. Or they have like, they put straight up tar. Yeah, all of mine were just wood chips. I would much rather fall on grass than get like a bunch of splinters in my arm. Our playground was tires. The entire ground was tires. Wait, did you guys ever go to like the wood palace? Somebody knows what I'm talking about. You ever go to the wood? Like the wood places? The wood recess. These. You guys ever go to these? Wood Palace. Wood Palace. I remember my mom used to drive me like super far to one of these places, and the name of the place, they called it the Imagination Station. I think I only went there a couple times, but I know people talked about it like it was folklore. Like, oh man, we're gonna go to the Imagination Station today. That's just a playground? Yeah, but usually they're made out of like plastic and metal and other things that really hurt you. But like, that's wood. This is an East Coast thing? I don't know. It's a me thing. We called that the Wood Kingdom, see? I wasn't too far off then. Wood Palace? I'm onto something. Wood can hurt you too. Yeah, but wood is like, it's like wood, you know what I mean? Where like if you you know what I mean? It's like wood. Yeah, like there's no metal slide. You just slide down wood. Imagine a wood slide. Ow, 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 ow. Probably not. Probably not. Even the plastic ones were hot too. They were. So many splinters. I have a joke to make, but it's not appropriate and very gay. Type 1 if that changed your life. New background or a hotel stream? No, it's a new background, chat. I'm not in a hotel, contrary to belief. But you think they would have a Latios poster? You think they would have one of these in a hotel? That'd be an epic one. Wait, isn't there a Pokemon hotel in Japan, but it's like Oshawott themed or something like that? Or is that Korea? I remember seeing that. It's like a special Oshawott themed Pokemon hotel. Can chat decorate your background? No. No, I'm okay. Thank you though. What is this music? It's the Global Terminal from Platinum. It's a banger. It's in Castle Kringis. Oh. When are you breaking out that wall for 2 extra doors? I only have 1 door. I'm sorry, chat. Why Oshawott specifically? I really don't know. I remember seeing a video of somebody who stayed in the hotel. You guys know those Nickelodeon hotels that you can stay at where like one of the rooms,
Johnstone, yeah.
Where like the room is tailored to a specific thing. Like they had like a Hey Arnold type of room. It's just like that, except there's a bunch of Oshawott plushies and like decor on the wall. Yeah, the Nickelodeon ones are definitely closed by now, but just like I think that's the most popular one I could reference. I was poor. Oh, I mean, I never went to them. I never did, because I think they were only in California, or maybe in Florida. The Cartoon Network one just closed a month ago. Darn. Yeah, I'm sure. I guess a better example would be Disney. I'm sure they have Disney-based ones, like a Goofy hotel. Disney cruises were a thing? I'm pretty sure it still is. I've never been on a cruise before. Are those fun? I feel like after a certain amount of time, you're just dying to not be there. You know, like it's just kind of like you're just stuck. You're just stuck there. Sponge. There's a girl I know who goes on one every single month. Okay, so I have like a sad fact, but it is a real fact about cruise ships. They actually have a dedicated section of a cruise ship to put people who you know, like, because a lot of elderly people will just take all of their money and they'll just spend the rest of their life just on a cruise ship. They just hang out on a cruise ship for the rest of their life. It's such a commonplace thing for the elderly to do that they have a specific section of the cruise ship where they put the people. How do you have Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green on the Switch? I thought it was still in pre-order. Yeah, it's just, I don't have it. Imagine. Imagine just unlocked. Holy moly. Let's play it. If somebody died, they would give out ice cream to people. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's going to be live after the presentation. It is a pretty absurd thing to be able to preload because it truly is like 10 megabytes, but I bought the Italian version for science. Yeah, apparently they just like revoked access for those people who had it if you were connected to the internet. If you weren't connected to the internet, then it worked perfectly fine. So I'm sure there are some people who are still playing it. It's just one of those things where you can't really tell if they are, aside from like the connectivity thing. So I am really curious as to how that works. We'll test it out on stream. Why would you keep it connected after getting in? I mean, it's Fire Red Leaf Green. You know what I mean? I'm sure that a lot of people don't care too much about waiting. There's nothing new that they're gonna be surprised by. But yeah, I have to set up my other Switch today to have Fire Red Leaf Green as well. And like I said, I also will, on Pokemon Day, we'll give out copies of it. Or maybe we'll do it the day before. The day before would be a lot easier to do. Yeah, let's shoot for that, because then I'm not like worried about giving out copies on the release day. Especially since you can preload it. So, am I gonna hunt my starter now? No, I'm good. Maybe another time, but not here. You don't stream on Thursday? Oh, true, I don't. So I'd have to do it tomorrow, right? Because today's Tuesday. Right. Right. I forgot about that. Wait. Oh my goodness. Dr. Pee-Pee. Oh my goodness. Oh, that looks so yummy. The rare beverage. Yum. I know what I'm doing. And one of those things is get more water. I need more water and more beverage, chat. Do you guys think we're gonna get Gumi today? Do you think it's in the cards? We have the ability. I think we do. I think we can get Gumi. We can get it today, and then we get Eevee tomorrow, and then we're done. I think also, if we do get Gumi today, this is really the only thing that's holding us back, because like, Eevee is not going to be that bad to get. You can get Sliggoo. I don't like that just happened the moment that you said that. I could go for a good Coca-Cola float right now. I haven't had one of those in... Actually, I don't think I've ever had one of those. I've had a root beer float, though. But I haven't had a float in, like, a decade. I can get it in 6 minutes. I mean, I'm down. But yeah, we've already done about 1,200 encounters today. So, just to put in perspective, we're
Hi, John. Hope the new place is good and the water situation is resolved.
So the water situation is not resolved, and also we have an issue with our dryer, which sucks. We were trying to figure out last night. It's like, you guys ever seen a condenser dryer? It's not a bad thing. It's just like we need somebody to come and fix it. If you don't know, they have there are types of dryers where, how do I explain it? long story short, whenever you use a dryer, the moisture from it is usually taken out, like the water is taken out through like a vent. And this building does not have the infrastructure for that. And so it has a tank where the water goes into, and every single time that you do a load in the dryer, you have to pull out the tank and dump out the water. But right now it says that we need to empty the tank, which we already did, and we need to clean the lint tray, which we did, and it will not work until we swap that stuff out. And we have looked at like a manual, and the manual didn't work, and so we have to have somebody come and fix it, I guess. I don't really know. Alfred, thanks for the prime. I appreciate it. Check those primes, chat, if you want ad-free viewing and emotes and bingies and bingies and bingies. Unplug it and plug it back in. I did think about doing that. The issue is that it's stacked. There's normally a second lint filter. Well, we have the instruction manual and we looked at it, and it didn't really give us a lot of information on that stuff. And we tried googing it, and there's no goog. There's no goog for it. Yeah, we can't really pull it out because it's on top of the washer.
Bingus.
Bingus. Yippee, thanks for the 7 months of Prime. Thank you, thank you. I mean, we saw some posts about people explaining that, like, oh yeah, we have the same issue, but there was no solution to it. So there were like people talking about it, but nobody figured out how to fix it. So that's how it goes. Nimi is tiny, center over the top. You want me to launch my girlfriend into a dryer, is what you're saying. You want me to chuck my girlfriend into a dryer. Are you putting the lint tray in the right way? 100%. Yeah, it only goes one way. Yep. Should that be the end of stream as we try and figure out what's wrong with my dryer? We just debunk it. The apartment management fixed it? Oh yeah, yeah. If you hold certain buttons, you can reset the whole device. Okay. Dare, thanks for the 14 months.
Hey John, over a year already. How do you get a GF and why the move?
How did I get a girlfriend? Chat, I asked. Wait, I actually found out insane lore, chat. I found insane lore through Nimi's stream yesterday. She said that she wanted to get my attention, and she knew how to get my attention by tier 2 subbing to me. And I am very happy that it worked out, but I am sad that I fell for a tier 2 sub. Because she knew that I was gonna message her and say, hey, thank you so much for the sub. That was really nice of you. Oh, the rain still goes. Wait, did it just turn into daytime? Did I just goof this? It's not a huge deal if I did, but I think it auto-saved. Oh, no. You would think it would save after every day. Why'd you reset then? I skewed. It's also way easier to see Gumi at night. Well, John's having dryer issues like when I first joined stream. Yeah, where's radio to help me? I'll never forget, I sat down in my laundry room with radio for about 2 hours, just going back and forth trying to figure out what was wrong with my dryer. I dismantled the entire thing and we couldn't figure out what it was. I mean to alarm you, but there is a Gort chasing you. No, I know. Don't think I don't know. Oh. Wait, this is how we're gonna hunt now. First person. And we get Gort cam. This is gonna change a lot. Have you tried using positive reinforcement on your dryer? Yeah, I took a drill to it earlier. Haven't you moved every time you've made a shiny Professor Oak video? I mean, that's only happened twice, but that is a very good point. I've never thought of it that way. That's true. But keep in mind, chat, I didn't like sell my house. I'll be back there. What is the male equivalent of a lady? What are we asking? What questions are we asking? Because they're odd. The term? This one's going over my head, I fear. Bingies. Bingies. I'm gonna share a link to my work Zoom room right now. I'll join in. You know what's insane, chat? I have never once used Zoom. I somehow escaped that because, like, obviously I wasn't in school during COVID, but also I was doing YouTube during COVID. If it makes you feel any better, when I was younger, I accidentally leaked my Cerebi login information. But to be fair, it wasn't necessarily my fault. So the way that back in the day over the Cerebi Wi-Fi chat, you would do that to trade with people back during like Diamond and Pearl, Black and White era. And I remember the whole system of how it would work. It was basically just like, imagine like an AIM type of chat, like a giant group chat with like thousands of people in it. And believe it or not, I was the person who had the username John. I don't know how I got it, but I just managed to secure the username of just John. And the way that you would log in, because every single time that you would log into the browser, it would log you, like you'd be like a guest. And so the way that you would log in is through the actual chat. You would use a command, and your command, you'd enter the command and then you would put in your username and password. But I spelled the command wrong, and if you spell something wrong, it just immediately puts it into the public chat. And so I just leaked my username and password on the Cerebi forum, which I think that was a huge oversight, to be fair, because I think it's very easy to spell your username and password wrong. Yeah. Nobody took my account, though. I don't think anybody cared. But it was really funny looking back at it. It doesn't exist, though, anymore. The Wi-Fi chat's gone. Mostly because I think it ran on Java. But yeah, I used to use that back in the day to help people complete their Pokédexes. That was the world I lived in. Because a lot of people, I didn't really know anything about IVs and EVs and like just the competitive scene in general. And so when I would go on, you would see just a bunch of people be like, "Oh, I'm selling this untouched Pokemon. EVs and IVs are really good, and it has this item, and it has this nature." And back in the day, a lot of that stuff you couldn't change. Like, you couldn't change the nature of a Pokemon. You couldn't change the IVs. And so if you got good IVs on a Pokemon, it was a huge, huge deal. But a lot of people who played competitive really focused on the nature, because that was something that you could actually manipulate into your favor. And I remember that the only thing that I wanted to do, because I just liked completing the Pokedex, is I would help people out to complete the Dex. And so through all of this sea of people offering Pokemon to trade, I would just be like, "Hey guys, if you ever want to complete your Pokedex, let me know and I'll help you, smile." And so people would like private message me. And I remember one time there was this person was like, "Oh, what do you mean that you're helping people?" I'm like, "Oh, well, if you need something to complete your Pokedex, I'll either trade it to you if I have it, or I'll try and go and catch it for you and then trade it to you, smile." And that one of the guys was like, "Oh, yeah, I don't care about that." He's like, "But do you have any like good legendaries?" And I remember telling him that I had you know, obviously, like, I had a whole bunch of them, but he was like, do you have any that are untouched? And untouched, they would abbreviate to UT. It was basically a Pokemon that had never been in battle before because you couldn't clear any of the EVs that you got. And so they wanted to be able to EV train it from scratch. Obviously, you can use berries and stuff like that, but they didn't want to go through the process. And I was like, oh, I have a Moltres. And my Moltres, I don't really know a good nature for Moltres, but I think it was modest. And they got really excited. They're like, oh my God, you have one of those. What do you want for it? And I was like, I don't know, whatever. And I don't even remember what they traded me, but they were very excited to, I think they scammed me because I was just ignorant and I had no idea what EVs and IVs were. But I used to go there on the weekends and I would just offer to help people complete their decks. And I'm sure I would have to rack my brain really deep, but I'm sure I did help out some people. Can I have your Moltres now? Yeah. Getting legendaries back in the day was rough for competitive. Yeah, I really don't know anything about it, but I would imagine. What's your thoughts on Elite Forum? I don't know what that is. On that note, what's the oldest Pokemon that you still have? I have my oldest one. I have my Swampert from Pokemon Emerald, and I named him Squirter because he squirted water. And the craziest part about that is that Pokemon this year, chat, is 21 years old. I still have it's in my Pokemon home. Jake, next to the 13 months.
Bad name, jeez.
No, it's a good name. Yeah, it turns 21 this year. Unfortunately, the number it won't say that because there was no like date and time when you caught Pokemon in the Gen 3 games. Gen 4 was the first game to have like a date and time, like you caught this Pokemon on this day in 2007 or whatever. But unfortunately, if you have any Pokemon that are in Pokemon Bank or Pokemon Home, the most recent date that it will take is the date that you transferred it into Black and White, which I really don't understand why that was a feature, but it basically just overwrites whatever date you actually caught a Pokemon. So say you got like Giratina in Diamond and you traded it to Black and White, your date in Pokemon Home is whatever date you sent it into Black and White. Yeah, so for preservation purposes, it's kind of stinky, but to be fair, you don't know what day you caught any of your Pokemon in Gen 3. So I was so confused because I have some old Pokemon. Yeah, because I think that if you look at it from that aspect, my oldest Pokemon is like 15 years old. Because Black and White was 2011. Who's the last shiny besides Gumi? We need Eevee. We need one more Eevee for Umbreon. And then we're done. How many of you have gone through the process of sending a Gen 3 Pokemon to home? Like you've done the full journey of the Pal Park to then bringing it to the Poke Transfer Lab, to then bringing it to Bank, to then bringing it to home. I will soon. You do have the ability. You do. Maybe this week John uploads the YouTube video of the process. I feel like that's one of those things that would be better as like a TikTok or something. I also have uploaded a video of that before. That was one of my first videos on the channel. I've done it quite a lot. Saying it to Heart Gold Soul Silver is faster than Sinnoh. Can you remind me why that is? Because I do remember hearing that. It's just because you get access to the Pal Park way earlier and you don't need to complete the decks. Something like that, right? Because the Pal Park is Olivine. It's north of Olivine. It's the daily limit. Oh. Oh, right, it's in Fuchsia. Yeah, my bad. Any mods to get at the prediction? Please. They also fixed that in Platinum, though, to be fair. And there is also a way around that. All you need is another cartridge. I hate that stupid black and white minigame. I thought it was fun. Trying to get the most points you can. You just load it with a bunch of busted Pokemon. All right, I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. It's hot. I got a yummy little snack. I got a yummy little snack. Also, Mimi gave me this. Look at him. Look. Look, he's nice. No, that wasn't the snack. That was not the snack. I got a little protein bar. Mmm. Mmm. What are the best protein bars? Are we talking by like how beneficial they are for you or by flavor? Those are totally different things. There are some that are foul, but they're because they're absolutely loaded. I think like without a doubt, the best ones to eat are the Bear Bell ones. If you did a blind taste test, I think that there would be quite a few that you'd be like, wow, this tastes just like a chocolate bar. Like it's and for like what the protein content that's in it is shocking. I don't like Puff. I don't like them. I don't like how it's like stretchy marshmallow gooey. I like how it's kind of, I like just like the chewy. Get a Ninja Creamy. I haven't used my Ninja Creamy in forever. What does buh mean? Oh, he's just buh. Okay, have you guys ever had those David bars? I've seen them so many times. I saw them in the grocery store, but they're like $5 a protein bar. In no realm would I ever spend $5 on a protein bar. One. No thanks. Yeah, Bear Bell is just, that's the goat. You get the cookies and cream one, change your life. Change your freaking life. The David brand is Poopy Butts. I'm listening. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought this was the Poffin song. The boom, beam, boom, 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 beam, boom. Yeah, the Bear Bell cookies and cream. That one's got some mileage. All right, we gotta reset. Chat, type 1 if you're getting Fire Red Leaf Green. You're getting one or the other. Yeah, it's just Gumi and Umbreon. For those who type 2, why not? Depends on if the rest of my friends get it. Oh, are you gonna try and do the decks? 2, no rush. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Am I gonna get the Japanese bundle? I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try and buy it from Mecca. It's Kanto and I don't know if I have any interest. Okay, well, how about this? Would it sway you if they added Naval Rock? Like, you could get Lugia and Ho-Oh. Would that make you buy it? I think it would make a lot of people buy it. Can you do the decks? No. No, that's why I'm very adamant about the thought that they are going to take back their idea of releasing Colosseum and XD on NSO. I think that they're going to make them standalone games with home support. Because there are Pokemon that are quite literally not possible to get in Fire Red, Leaf Green. So it would be kind of silly. There's also some other interesting quirks. Like, for example, you can't get like Crobat or Blissey until you finish the post game of Fire Red, Leaf Green. Like, you could have a Zubat on your team, and it could reach the max friendship to evolve from Golbat into Crobat while you're playing through the game, but it will not evolve until you get the Ruby Sapphire and from Celio. Very interesting design quirk to keep like the integrity of a remake. Imagine going through Kanto with an Annihilate. That'd be kind of crazy. There's also a fun like isolated hunt that you can do in
Which game are you playing first?
I'm gonna play Fire Red because that's the one I grew up with. I bought Fire Red first and then I got Leaf Green after. I got both Emerald and Fire Red on the same day. Because my mom bought me Emerald for my birthday and my sister bought me Fire Red because she heard me mention it. Check it, thanks for the 13 months, by the way. Sophia, thanks for the 100 bits. Thanks for keeping me company again to get to... I'm just gonna eat my protein bar. Man. Thanks for keeping me coming again today at work. I'm in the office today and probably be overtime too. Listening to you today and yesterday is helping me keep me sane during a super stressful week. Well, hey, you're halfway there, right? Wait, it's today Tuesday? You're almost halfway there. You're on your way. You play Fire Red Leaf Green for a few streams or just one day? I'm gonna play it as much as people want to see me play it. Because I totally understand that it's a game that everybody in chat has seen about 43 times. So I'm definitely gonna play it for like 2 days. Yeah. Yep. It's also a nice break from this. Because I really would like to be done with this video as soon as we can. I'm sure you guys do as well, because we've been hunting in this game for about 4.5 months. But that's, you know, gotta commit. It's gonna be a banger video when it's done. You know, these videos do take time. But we've been here for a hot minute. And I will say that although we're a little over halfway done with the video, that doesn't mean that we're gonna have another 500 hours of this video. We've done all the hard part. Like, Gumi and Eevee are quite literally the last difficult portion of this video. And then we're smooth sailing to the end. So if you've made it this far, you've made it through the hard part. But yeah, it'd be nice to have like a teeny little break. Chespin? Yeah, I mean, you can pick out little ones that are difficult, but I promise you that the journey to get Chespin will be a lot more entertaining than me running back and forth to spawn in a Gumi. Did you get Mawile? Yep. Because keep in mind, chat, when we're doing these, I have done so many isolated rooftop hunts in this section on and off stream, right? And it quite literally, I'm only spawning in Gumi. There are no phases. We just do this until I get that singular Pokemon. Whereas going for Chespin, I get a bunch of bunny along the way. Like, it's at least there's something else happening. This is it. This is all we're doing. And while, you know, we will get a bunch of Drillbur while going for Gibble, we're at least getting something. How many more rooftop style hunts are left after this in Eevee? There is one, and it's Absol, and it's in the next section. So, it's really not that bad. How'd you get the rain to not stop? I just saw reset. That's it. Absol should be fast. I think the hunt is as quick as this one. I talked to Matt about it. Yeah, DLC is going to be a separate video, 100%. Yeah, and we'll get to that later. I think we're probably going to work on a couple videos before we go back to doing the DLC for this game. Nice long break. Even though it's like, you know, we'll have the shiny charm by then, and so we're just going to be basically completing the decks, which will be fun. It's just I think we all would like a nice little step away from from this game for a while. But we got to commit. We got to finish it. Shiny Professor Oak in Crystal would go hard. That will not happen. It won't happen from me, nor will it happen from anybody, I fear. Sorry to say. That would take so many thousands of hours to finish. Like section 1, just the first section of Crystal would probably take like 600 hours. And 100 of that is just getting the evolution stone for Wigglytuff. So, hard pass. Because how long did it take Matt to get to do the Jigglypuff? I know I was there in person for part of it, but I think it was that long. Oh yeah, you also have Dunsparce. I totally forgot about that. David Protein acquired the only supplier of Epigee, a fat substitute, and they're cutting off other companies from using the product. Yeah, I think that's also common though with a lot of companies. If they just have like a proprietary thing, they'll just take it so nobody else can have it. That's only for gold and silver? Is it really? Like the Moonstone is only in gold and silver? I did not know that lore. Are you resetting the Emolga and Dedenne? No, I'm not. Nope, not far enough away to well, I'm not far enough away to spawn it in, and I'm not far enough away to despawn it. So, but I also don't need them. We already got everything that we needed, so we're chilling. Which shiny hunts do you think are worth it in Fire Red Leaf Green? Well, I'm just gonna go off of the assumption that you are single hunting. Because if you're multi-hunting, it's a totally... Actually, I don't think it's really any different. But you get it done a lot faster. Starters are cool. Starters are cool. And then... I think the birds are okay. I would say out of all of these the 2D Pokemon games, the legendary birds kind of look the worst in Fire Red Leaf Green. They're just kind of, I don't know. Like Articuno looks cool. It's really Moltres. Moltres just does not look good in that game. Yeah, Gen 4 looks really good, specifically Platinum. I kind of don't like Heart Gold Soul Silver Moltres because it just looks like a standing chicken. Articuno is cool. Zapdos is the best in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like, it looks just like the base set card art, which I love. Which, to be fair, if you didn't know, the Heart Gold and Soul Silver sprites are just remastered versions of the Gold and Silver sprites. Obviously, like, they picked and chose between the two, because back in the day, the Gold sprites were entirely different than the Silver sprites. But they're just remakes of them, which is a really neat addition. Yeah, you can do some Safari Zone hunting. I think Mewtwo is a given. You can take advantage of repel tricks. I think also, it's very uncommon for people to hunt in the Sevi Islands. It's a very, like, it's not that the Sevi Islands are bad, it's just they're very forgettable because they've only been in that game. So, you can get a bunch of cool Johto Pokemon, like you can go for Larvitar in the canyon. What's the name of that place? Forgotten Canyon? I don't know. You go for Eevee? Yeah, true. While you're running around, I'm spawning and despawning a Gumi. Seavault Canyon, that's right. Yep. The Grand Canyon. Stand up! We're not leaving until we get Gumi, chat. That's the game plan. That's the gamer grind. The Togepi egg? I wouldn't say hatching eggs in Gen 3 is fun. I would have, it's really just soft resets because the game is so fast. One thing I will say though is if you have interest in doing like random encounters, that game is, to my understanding, the fastest game to encounter Pokemon. By a lot. It's like insanely fast to find shinies. But that's if you multi-hunt. If you single hunt, it still takes a really long time. But the time of getting an encounter and, you know, like the movement system and having like illuminate, big difference, big difference to like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. But you can start with the starters. Can you shiny hunt Lapras? Yeah. Yeah, there are no shiny locks in that game. The first shiny lock was in Black and White. Unless you want to count like spiky-eared Pichu and stuff like that. But Reshiram, Zekrom, and Victini were the first shiny locks. Like certified ones. I thought the trades were locked. Oh, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I guess the trades too. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Yeah, those are static. We're uploading VODs tomorrow. Manaphy? Yeah, but that's Gen 4. I'm talking Gen 3. Also, that's not true. Manaphy is only locked to the game that it's sent to. What would you rank ZA as a Pokemon game? Like in my power rankings of every mainline Pokemon game, I still honestly think that this game is better than Legends Arceus. There is so much that's in this game, but I think that the public eye of this game is skewed because of how much people abuse the shiny hunting methods in this game. I think some people really don't like this game because of that, because they just kind of like did all the stuff as quickly as they possibly could. And listen, I'm one of those people. Like I play Pokemon games way faster than the average person, but I also know how to like make the most out of it. Also, one weird thing, I feel like this game has gotten a lot of negative reception after the Mega Dimension DLC came out. Like people like the game less with the Mega Dimension stuff, which I kind of, that doesn't really make sense to me. I can understand you not liking the DLC, that's totally fine, but disliking the game with the DLC, like you just think the game is now bad because of that, is odd. Because you could just not play the DLC. I also really enjoy the DLC, so it hurts to hear that. But I think a lot of people are just itching for the next gen. One thing I will say is, like, I'm glad that they knew that the map was going to be messy with all of the distortions that you could go into, and so they give you a button to disable everything. That was nice. That was a mindful addition to the gameplay. It's so chewy. I would like this DLC more if it wasn't half the price of the main game. I mean, that's been the theme for every single Pokemon DLC, though. You know? Do I still play Pocket? I haven't played it recently, but I would like to get into it, yeah. Like, what's the newest set? I think I opened it, right? Every other DLC was 2 parts. That's fair, but I feel like if you were to take the Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor and put those together content-wise, it's pretty similar. Is that fair to say? Because I played them quite a lot. I mean, it took me like 4 days to finish the DLC. Like, you truly, I don't think that you could finish the DLC in 1 day. It took a hot minute. Especially with all the like the special battles that you have. Crown Tundra is way bigger and better than Isle of Armor. Yeah, that's not what I said. I agree with you though. The special sands suck if you get unlucky. Yeah, they do, but I also think it doesn't take too much to just get another scan. Because if you just do all the stuff that you're supposed to do for like the request wise, you get like 30,000 points out of the 50,000. And then you can just go and do like 2 more tier 4 or 5 scans, and then you're kind of set to do another one. I think the issue, Chad, is my thoughts on it are from the perspective that I am very used to grinding in Pokemon, and I understand that you guys aren't. I think this is a thing that we're all infinitely going to be disagreeing on, because my entire gameplay loop of playing Pokemon is so normalized to be grindy that it does not even slightly faze me. But I understand why you, as a person who does not make YouTube videos and wants to, you know, just play through a storyline and shiny hunt for fun, why that would be annoying. We can meet in the middle. I think you just need to play Sword and Shield fully again. I've played it about 7 times. Listen, Crown Tundra is my favorite DLC. It really is. I think there's so much that was offered in that, and this is despite me having like kind of like an feeling towards Dynamax Adventures. I just really liked what was offered there. It all felt very fresh. It was also a very big stepping stone into like what Scarlet and Violet became. Because that was a big deal. There were a bunch of wild Pokemon just walking around. Because obviously that was in the wild area of base Sword and Shield and kind of some of the routes. But that was the first thing. Like, that's honestly the closest thing we got to Scarlet and Violet. Isle of Armor though was definitely like a miss. It was just kind of. It was just kind of there. And then Scarlet and Violet DLC, I really liked the vibe of Kitakami, and I also knew that it was going to be short. Blu-ray Academy was really fun. I got a lot of time out of that, but I think there's not a lot of incentive for me to want to go back to playing that in comparison to Crown Tundra. Like, I would play through the story of Crown Tundra again, but I don't think I would do it for Blueberry Academy. You had overworld spawns in Isle of Armor. Yeah, you definitely did. I don't know. It's just like, it's just the way that the Crown Tundra felt. It just had more to it. And I think it's because there were like biomes in a sense. Whereas when you were at the Isle of Armor, you were just on an island. Like, sure, they had like a rocky area by one of the towers, and you know, they had like a wetlands kind of area, but it just still felt like you were on an island. Whereas when you were in the Crown Tundra, it felt like you were in a winter area, and then you went to the tree. And just kind of they separated all the stories really, really well. In your opinion, is this form of shiny hunting better than the turn-based shiny hunting? You're talking about like random encounters? I think they each have their own benefit. I honestly would love to see the combat system of this game in another Pokemon game. I really think that they nailed it with this game. Like Legends Arceus, that was one of my only dislikes of Legends Arceus, was the fact that the combat system just did not make any sense. Even when they told you how it worked, it still didn't feel like it worked right. Whereas in this game, everything just kind of feels like they nailed it. I think we've come to realize that there's kind of some similarities between the Legends games and the future ones that they plan on doing. But the games are going to all be kind of different. And I hope that that's something that does carry over. Because it was very refreshing to play this game. I still got to complete the Dex and Sword and Shield. It'll take you a bit. Especially if you're doing DLC. Yeah, Sword and Shield era, I genuinely had such a fun time with. So many great moments, so many cool events too. Like the Zeraora event was neat. We had to do 1 million raid battles to get the shiny. You hope there's voice acting in Pokemon? You know, I could see it. I could see it happening with this newest game. I don't really have any reasoning behind it. It's just like, I'm just under the impression that this year is just going to be huge in terms of Pokemon gaming moments. And so seeing something like that would not be surprising to me. Yeah, did they ever explain why they got rid of the Pikachu anime cry? They technically got rid of Eevee as well, but Eevee was only in one game that it had its cry. So Pikachu had its cry since X and Y, and they just got rid of it when Sword and Shield came out. It was really weird. Oh, true. They got rid of an Arceus. You're right. Yeah. I don't think Eevee had its cry in. Did it have it in Sword and Shield? Oh, you're right. It did. I remember the G-Max one. Yeah, no, you're right about that. I forgot about that. Do you think Pokopia is going to connect to Gen 10? I don't think so. I think it's just a side series game. Yeah, somebody asked, I think today, if there was going to be any connectivity with Pokemon Home to Pokopia. I don't imagine that happening at all. Pokemon doesn't need voice acting. It takes away the whole of you being a trainer. What do you mean? That's one of those things that I'm indifferent about. It's like, if they have it, cool. If not, that's fine. I also think that not having it saves it from some certain characters sounding way too anime. Like, some people who want it don't realize that some characters are going to be a little bit hard to listen to. Any monster get the prediction, please? Spikemuth would have been way better. 100. That's a prime example of yeah, being an improvement. Yep. One thing to consider though is this next game, chat, I truly think is going to be a huge stepping stone. And I think it's fair to say that every single Pokemon game that comes out for the main series titles is a stepping stone in the right direction. Because while I do love the Pokemon franchise, I know that there are some things that should be improved about it, right? I just don't let that make or break me enjoying a game. But I think that this year is going to be like a big moment. Big moment. We'll just have to see. We only got 3 days left, so. It doesn't fit in the games, especially with every other Pokemon having more animal cries and Pikachu's and Eevees just having sounds like a human doing it. Well, here's the thing. Who's to say that they don't just replace all the cries? It's totally possible. Or they turn all the NPCs into sounding like Sans. And you could choose like what octave your voice is in. I love how deranged some of the 8-bit cries are. Yeah, I mean they did remaster them in X and Y, so it's been a long time. I'm actually so bad at understanding Pokemon cries unless they are prior to Gen 6. I just want Animal Crossing style voices. I think people would be more upset if they did that. I think a lot of people would be like, why didn't you just go all the way at that point? If you're gonna add sounds, why not just do sounds? Did you know that Mega Mewtwo have different cries than Mewtwo? Yeah. Yeah, it's like a reference to it though. I think also one interesting thing to consider is that the voices that they have or they would be in Pokemon language. Because keep in mind, you remember like Sword and Shield at the beginning where Rose is walking through the stadium? The text is in a Pokemon language, not a English language or whatever, Japanese. So they could speak an entirely different language. They all speak like Regirock. Oh. Oh. Yeah, they do like a Simlish type of thing. Any tips on shiny hunting? I can never start or finish. Then you haven't shiny hunted yet. My advice would be to start shiny hunting. If you've never started or finished a shiny hunt, my first recommendation would be to start a shiny hunt. Is there something that you would like to shiny hunt in Fire Leaf Green, chat? Like that you're gonna make it your business to do it? Starter or I don't know. Mewtwo, maybe a Wildmon. If Deoxys is in it, I'll do it. I will.
Why are you fat shaming the poor gourd?
That is not cool.
Porygon.
I don't really get that one. I didn't say anything about Gort. Thanks for the 27 months. I appreciate it. Specifically Magikarp before Mount Moon. Oh, XXL? That's not shaming. He's just living large. He's in his 30s. He's just living life. What's the best game to shiny hunt the Regis in? That's a good question. I mean, Ultra Sun, if you want it fast, Ultra Sun and Moon. But then also, you have to keep in mind you have Regidrago and Regieleki. So, you have to hunt those in Sword and Shield. So, Crown Tundra. But if you want to be quirky and you want to hunt it in a fun way, you could hunt it in Platinum with the Regigigas event. Because a lot of people didn't really do that one. That event is insanely backwards, but it's cool. If you don't know, the way that works is it's basically a DLC for Pokemon Platinum through an event. The way that it worked is you would get Regirock, Regice, and Registeel because Regigigas obviously was introduced in that gen, and the only way that you could get them, or you could get Regigigas, is if you had all three of them. And so they added them into Pokemon Platinum. The catch, though, is in order to unlock the event, you have to get a special event Regigigas, which I feel like defeats the entire purpose of going for those Regis anyways in the first place. Like, it's cool to get them. I remember doing it when the event when I was a kid, but I was still very confused as to why they gave the reward as the starting line, and then you would get a second Regigigas for doing it. And the Regigigas is level 1. Very peculiar. But it's cool because it brought life to some locations that just kind of didn't have a lot of attention. Like, Regice was in... where was Regice? It was in Iron Island. No, sorry, that was Registeel. Registeel was Iron Island. Regirock was in Route 228, the desert location. And then Regice was Mount Coronet. Yeah. I think that's those are the locations for them. I don't know if that's where the Pokemon actually were, but yeah, it's a pretty neat event. Pokemon fans are about to learn Braille. You know what's funny is in the in some of the instruction manuals for Ruby and Sapphire, you would have Braille. There's a page dedicated to learning Braille, so you could do the Regi event without having to go online. Regigigas would have been such a cooler Pokemon if it weren't for that yellow color. What do you mean? What do you mean? He's nice. I think it's also in some of the Fire Red Leaf Green ones because you have in the Sevi Islands, you have the Braille that you have to do. Yeah, get it blue then. If you don't like it yellow. It does look better as a shiny. Regigigas does not look good, to be clear. But it does look better as a shiny. All right, chat, we have done about... within this hour, we'll have done about 2,000 encounters. We're chipping away at this thing. I would think it's fair to say that we are already over odds for this. Because I've hunted here before for about 6 hours. So, yeah, we're due. You sure it's working? If you're doubting right now, you're not built for the rest of this. We've had so much worse. Keep in mind, chat, we spent 70 hours doing this for one Abra. And we're not even, I mean, like, for now, we're not at odds. I think we are, though. I remember how many hours I hunted here. We have been through quite the gauntlet to be here. I'm gaming, everybody. But yeah, once we do this, it's gonna be a lot nicer. sit back and relax. And we'll figure out what we're gonna hunt first. Like, I'll give you guys the option. I think we might just jump into Zone 7 for the next section, but it's gonna be a little, we're gonna have to like actually play through the story for about an hour and a half before we can start hunting again, which I'm sure nobody is opposed to that. But we also have to level up everything, and that is going to be interesting. I think I'm gonna do it online and offline. How are you so lucky and not at the same time? How am I unlucky right now? We're just starting this hunt. That being said, I'm lucky in Pokemon Go. Like crazy. I wish that translated to this game. Are you excited for Kalos Tour? I already went. Last weekend. Oh, the global one, a little bit. I probably won't play too much. Sorry, I'm eating protein bar. I'm almost done. The Callister Pass Rewards are insane. Because if you just don't get the deluxe, you get a t-shirt. But if you get the deluxe, you get Hoopa Unbound. And I did that and I got a 98 Hoopa. Also, I have so many scraps on my desk from this protein bar. All right, problem solved. Gord's been flying for hours without break. All right, fine. Dedenne Rat has now been summoned. Now, quick question. Has Hoopa been available prior to this event? Like in Pokemon Go? I assume yes. I assume they released the regular one before they released the Unbound. I just was not playing when they did that. I honestly forgot that it was in Kalos, to be honest with you. Hoopa's in raids? Wow, I didn't know that. I would have figured it was like special research or whatever. From 2021, wow. Crazy. Oh, the elite raids. Yeah, I didn't do many of those. I feel like that's a concept that they have kind of struggled to flush out. Because do they even do them anymore? Because I remember doing Mewtwo. That was the first elite raid that they did. And then I remember doing Regieleki and Regidrago. And I did them in like the middle of nowhere, and it was really annoying to do them. But I did make it happen for the Dex entry. Will you be more active in Go now that you've moved? Yeah, just being in San Francisco, there's way more stops. Like, you would think that there would be a lot in Atlanta, and there are. It's just, it's like way more abundant here. So, yeah. Does that mean I'm gonna be sending out gifts? No. Sorry. But if you guys invite me to a raid, I might join. I did some yesterday for Pickle, for Shiny Pickle. Quite literally, I look at my phone and then there are people who are inviting me to raids. Which is a more walkable city? Oh, San Francisco, for sure. Like, way more. The reason why, and I watched a video on it recently, is the way the origin of Atlanta and how they constructed it. They did not plan long-term. Whereas if you look at like New York City, they knew that a lot of people were going to move there, and so they set up a grid-based system. That's why all the streets are, you know, like this is 32nd Street, this is 33rd Street. In Atlanta, they just started building buildings. There's no grid system for a majority of Atlanta, and so it's a large portion of it is not easy to walk around. Like, they have sidewalks. Yeah, Boston's another great example. And The main issue about Atlanta is that there's really no good public transit. It's like notably very, very bad. And San Francisco has great public transit. Like I can walk outside of my apartment and just hop on a bus if I wanted to. Yeah, they just don't have the infrastructure. Are we gonna game this weekend during Global? Well, Saturdays are our like day for us to hang with each other, where we both don't work. So I think we are just gonna go out and play. I just don't know like what we're gonna do with our day. Because keep in mind, we both did like crazy numbers. We gamed our little hearts out. Because I think we only played 2 of the 3 days of Kalos Tour. I had like 65 shinies or something like that, and she had like 53. Like we played, chat. Every hour that we had the ability to, we did play. Like even leading up to going to the airport. Are you thinking of IRL streaming now that you're in a big city? I mean, I was before. I mean, I still am, by the way. But like, I guess it depends on what the demand is. I don't really know. I do have the ability to do it, for sure. I also just don't really know how to set up Pokemon Go streams. So I'd have to figure that out. But it'd be fun. It'd be fun to do that. There's also some other like limitations that come with doing stuff like that. Like I can't really go into any buildings. Because I don't want to get like kicked out for streaming. You know what I mean? That just doesn't sound like a fun activity. And so if I go to eat somewhere, I have to eat outside. And you know, they're also crazies. You never know, Chad. There's always a crazy watching the stream, so but I think it'd be fun for maybe like Go Fest Global. Just don't go to the Tenderloin. What is that? I was crazy once. They put me in a rubber room with rats. The rats drove me crazy. But I mean, like, Pokemon Go is very fun to play in San Francisco. I've only done it a little bit, but I went to Pier 39, which is that at one point was like the raid central for Pokemon Go. That's where all the spoofers used to go play. Can I explain trading in Switch Fire Red? It's just local trading. Yeah, they nerfed all the raids apparently in Pier 39, and so not as many people go there anymore. You have to visit the Room Pants. It's a very iconic San Francisco location. Oh. Pants. Okay. Do I have to wear pants? Is this the last Mon? It's this one, and then we have an Umbreon. We have to get just another shiny Eevee, and then we're done. And hopefully we can get one of them today. Mr. Pants. Can you please break the Mega Crystal in the grass? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Did you have a clam chowder or bread bowl at the wharf? I've only been to San Francisco one singular time, chat. So no. Like I haven't explored San Francisco except for one singular time. But I think this upcoming weekend we'll dabble. Can you please get your thrown balls from the NPC? How many do you think I have? It's probably not many. Like 22. My heart rate is 22. Nah, I'll come back later. What's another, you know? That's not that bad. I haven't talked to him in like a month. Ooh, one other thing that I might be able to do like Pokemon Go related is if they do it again, because they did it last year, but they had a promotion where if you went to like an MLB park, like specific ones, you could do special raids for a Pikachu like in a baseball jersey. And it would have like the background of the stadium. And I think that they did that with the Giants Stadium. So that'd be a fun little event. Yeah, I know they've done it in Seattle. I know that one. I don't think they ever did it in Atlanta though, because I would have gone to that. Yeah, did Seattle. Who else did they do? The White Sox maybe? Like Chicago? I don't know. Yeah, it'd be cool to go see some games. I still want to go to some events in Atlanta, but just gotta find a reason to go do them. They did the Cleveland Guardians. I wonder what their reasoning was for picking certain teams. MLB teams have the worst names. Well, they have had to redo a lot of them. There were a lot of baseball team names that were quite wildly controversial that they had to redo, which for the best. I think that every single sport has one horribly named team. This one I might get flack for, but one that bothers me is the Toronto Maple Leaf. Like, it's leaves. They spelled leaf with an S instead of leaves. And also, their logo is so bad. It's actually off center. What kind of sport team is named the Nuggets? Do not disrespect the Denver Nuggets, because without that, we wouldn't have the Denver Nugget jeans. I've never even seen a Denver Nuggets game, but you can't disrespect the Denver Nugget jeans, chat. That's iconic lore. But if you look at like I think the Maple Leafs logo is like slightly off. Doesn't that make you mad? Doesn't that make you a little bit mad? Doesn't that just like rile you up just a little bit? Why did they do that? What was their thought process? Kinda crazy. I think it's cute. Okay. All right. One of my siblings randomly got into Pokemon recently and got a shiny of my favorite Pokemon before me. Now I need to find a way to hunt my own Zigzagoon. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Do some horde hunts. You'll find it in 20 minutes. Twins. Yeah, chat, do you have any family members that also shiny hunt? Or are you the only one in your family? My mom has shiny hunted before, not intentionally, but she found a shiny while we were playing one time. I'll never forget it. It was a nearing Christmas stream. I think it was in 2022. My mom, I challenged her because she had never really played any video games before. I challenged her to get to the first gym in BDSP, and as she was after fighting Barry, she went to the grass and found a shiny Bidoof. Like a full-on shiny Bidoof. Yeah, I posted it on Twitter, and then a bunch of people said that I faked it for content. it blew my mind because imagine being a content creator and then convincing your mom, who does not care. No, mom, come on. No, just react. No, mom. Just like, once it happens, just start reacting like crazy. There's a bunch of poses you can just do, like, just do those and then you're good. We're gonna make so much money. We're gonna make $12. Recreate the shiny ponytail. I don't think I have that in my heart. Only that person could do that video. I could see Matt doing it. That'd be a really funny, like, it's not an April Fool's thing, but it would be a really funny video if he hunted for ponytail and then just screamed like that once he found it. Oh yeah, that's crazy that you found the clip that fast. There it is, everybody. All right. Yes, for the static shiny ponytail and Arceus. I'm sure somebody has made that joke before. It is Year of the Horse. We need to relay this to him if he's not lurking. Also, Mr. Blogs has reverted back to 2022. He cut his hair and he shaved. He now has short hair again, chat. Well, short for him. Short for him. But he did shave. Yep. And I honestly like his I liked his wavy hair that he had back in 2022. He's just he's going back to that. Do you still have the shiny your mom got? It's probably, if I booted up BDSP, I think, did we play Shining Pearl? I think it's in there. Because I transferred my mom's account. Best place to shiny hunt Skrelp. Like in ZA? Probably the sewers, right? Show us. All right. Did I play Shining Pearl, chat? I think it was. Were we reacting to the Pokobia Treehouse live? No, probably not. Let's see. Yep. There it is. When was this? That's crazy. It was the day after Christmas in 2021. I don't remember naming it Mom. She named it Mom. Well, there you go. Oops. Finally some real high elo gameplay. Oh yeah? Tell it to my shiny Gumi that I'm getting right now. Yeah, she just found it in the grass. And she's like, is that good? Yep. One day she will finish that save file with her shiny. She will. All right. I left for almost 4 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alrighty. Use your points, chat. Get as many ribbons as possible. There aren't many, I think, between Gen 8 and Gen 9. Are there any confirmation that any mythicals are in Fire Red Leaf Green? Nope. No, and if anything, we'll find that out through the presents. We ever do our 500-hour mark group cry? No, we still have 6 hours. Was it weird getting used to PST? Not really. I just kind of got used to it. Because keep in mind that, you know, whenever you move, you spend so much of your day moving that you get so tired by the end of it. But you want to get as much done as you possibly can by, you know, like 10, 11 p.m. And so then you're out, fall asleep, and you wake up when you're normally supposed to. So you keep not saving, so really got to add 4 hours. Wait, that's a great point. I was gonna say, I'm like, yeah, I feel like we would have been way closer. We have not been saving. I could check and see how many hours we actually have in it, if you would like me to. I'm a little bit scared. Actually, let's save that. Let's save that for once we finish this section. So we're almost there. We're at the tail end. Going east to west is easy. The other way is harder to readjust. Why do you think that is? Some kind of like... I've done both, so... Just because you wake up later, I guess. How many resets do you think I'm on now? Like just today? We're over 2,000. We do about 600 per hour. So, we're probably right now at like 2,200, 2,300, something like that. No, 22. Yeah, I think about 22. You get any Shalfas yet? Yeah, we've had Dratini. We had a Pat Rat a couple weeks ago. We had Larvitar. Riolu. A lot of really, really good ones. And we have a 20% chance to get Gumi, so that'd be neat. Yeah, Reemy Rat. Reemy Rat. Reemy Rat. Any shiny alphas you're not aiming for, would love to run into. If we just go off of like the next section, I think it'd be fun to get Carbank, because I think other than that, nobody would be really excited that I got a shiny Carbank. Am I excited for the new Avengers movie? I have not seen a single Avengers movie. I found out the ending to Endgame like 2 years ago. Like I'm not really a superhero movie person. I've seen some Marvel movies, but not many. I've seen some like really odd Marvel movies for a person. Like if you were to ask me about all of the Marvel movies, like I've seen like Shang-Chi. I don't know many people who have seen that movie. And then I saw what's the one with Doctor Strange, the newest one, whatever that. Oh, I did see Morbius, yeah, and I don't remember a single thing from that movie. And I was so attentive the entire time. Yeah, the multiverse one. Yeah. Can this hurry up and shine? You're not built for the rest of this stream, I promise you. I don't watch movies. You know, I kind of don't either. I'm really a TV show kind of person. You watch Eternals? No. Nope. Check time? We don't, there's nothing to check. It's just Gumi. We only do check time whenever there's there's multiple Pokemon that are not visible. John wants to watch MLP. Is that My Little Pony? So I remember in high school, there was a kid in my class who loved watching My Little Pony. And he used to tell me, he's like, dude, it's so good. You gotta watch it. And I was like, no, I don't think I would like that. It's just like a kid's show. For babies. And he's like, no, dude, no. I promise you, it's like, no, once you watch it, you'll get it. You'll understand it. And I was like, nah, I'm okay. And then one day he's like, bro, please just watch it. I promise you, you're gonna love it. He's like, it's like adults watch it, and it's totally like you'll get into it. It has like adult stuff in it. And I was like, all right, fine. And so I go home and I watch the first episode of My Little Pony. And I got to the end and I was like, I just watched an episode of a kid's show. And I was so mad that I got like, I didn't get baited, but I was like, no, you just really like My Little Pony. This is quite literally a children's TV show. And that was the only time I've ever seen it. I couldn't remember a single thing from it. I was just more so stuck on the fact I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm 5. They're good kids shows for sure. I wouldn't say that was one of them. Yeah, I like watching shows that I watched growing up. Like recently I watched Chowder. I watched like a couple seasons of that. And Flapjack. And ooh, I should rewatch Avatar. I haven't seen that in such a long time. Regular Show. I've seen Regular Show quite a lot. I never grew up watching Adventure Time. Shockingly, like that was a huge TV show, especially on Nickelodeon. Or sorry, Cartoon Network. Yeah, I just really didn't watch it. Foster's Home, yeah, I watched a lot of that too. Yep. The Chowder era is when Cartoon Network lost my interest. I think that's also just probably when you got too old to watch cartoons. Not that you can be too old to watch cartoons, but like, you know, like there's a period of time when like you're in like middle school or like early high school where you're like almost peer pressured to not like kid things anymore. Because I remember I used to get made fun of all the time for playing Pokemon. And you just want to be cool, and watching cartoons isn't cool at a point in time, and then you realize that none of that matters once you're like a couple years out of high school. Oh, Total Drama! I remember watching that, Total Drama Island. And then they did like a side series of that, Total Drama Action, right? I remember watching that too. When Owen won, and then he won again. Sorry for the spoiler. That was just the next season? Oh. I think they're also bringing that show back, aren't they? They already did? When was that? $2023? Oh. Last year? Yeah, I fear that a lot of those, you know, when they reboot a TV show, it's usually kind of to like a nose exhale. Like everybody's just kind of like, oh, okay. Thank you for that. We didn't really want that, but thank you. And there are some where people have wanted it to come back. Like, for example, like Futurama. Futurama, how many times did Futurama get canceled? Like 3 times, 4 times? Insane. Another one that was like in like an endless development cycle was Boondocks. Boondocks was, they did like 2 seasons back to back. They were down for like a year and a half, came back for another season, and then they were gone for like 10 years, and then they came back. And then they haven't made an episode since like 2015 or something like that, 2014. But then they make like some TV shows that you just don't understand why they did it. Like they canceled Jimmy Neutron and then made Planet Sheen. Like, did anybody watch Planet Sheen? I don't think so. What was the need? Family Guy got canceled twice. I feel like it was more than that. They've been on the air for a long time. Yeah, they made Teen Titans Go. I saw somebody say that. But I also think that Teen Titans just kind of like ended. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but didn't Teen Titans just like have a solid ending to it? Like they finished everything that they planned for it. No? Maybe I have to rewatch it. It ended so abruptly. Oh. One TV show that made me so annoyed that they just canceled it was My Name is Earl. I remember being so invested into watching that TV show, and then they just end the season, but it's on such a insane cliffhanger, and that entire like season had a bunch of stuff that built up to the end. Young Sheldon didn't end on a cliffhanger, did it? I don't think that show got canceled. I think that was completed. I never saw the ending of it, but I'm pretty sure that ended, right? Then there are shows that don't end, like Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, I have said before, Trailer Park Boys, there was a point in time where I stopped wanting to watch episodes. There were like, I think there were definitely multiple times where they should have stopped. But one thing about Trailer Park Boys that made me want to watch it less is when they went HD. Which I know that sounds like a really weird thing to say, but I think that the appeal of Trailer Park Boys is that, you know, like all of their misadventures that they go on is like thrown together with like paperclip and string, and then all of a sudden, like one season, they just come back and they have like 4K cameras. It's just, it doesn't make sense for what it is. It just really kills the immersion of them being like, them having, forget a bank account, they have like $3 in their pocket. And I just think it would be cool if they just stopped around that point in time. And also, I forget his name, but he passed away, and he was like an integral character to the show. I forget his name. Mr. Leahy. Yeah, Mr. Leahy passed away like 10 years ago, and they still kept making seasons. Yeah, It's Always Sunny had such a generational run, but a lot of their recent seasons feel just so forced. Yeah, because I kind of knew that show was going to have a downfall because they went through the pipeline. There was one season where the entire season was, we can't make these jokes anymore, type of thing. And that was like the bit of every single episode was like, oh, well, we can't say that anymore, so we're not going to say that anymore. And it was like, just find something else to talk about then. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It was a lot of like, not that they can be filler, but they felt like filler episodes. It just felt like there was just nothing going on. And I think that whatever their newest season was, I just stopped watching it halfway through. I just got bored. Like there was one, I forget what season it was, where Dennis was just having like a bad day. It's one of the recent seasons, the final episode of the season, where he gets like a Tesla. He like rents a Tesla and he can't get into it because the battery dies in it, and so he can't use the card. And he tries to buy a new cell phone, and he has to go through like all this carrier stuff. And it was such a nothing of an episode because it was just him complaining about the future. That was all it was. I think that they've just run out of ideas, which like that's fine. That's normal for like a TV show to just run out of ideas. That most aren't supposed to go forever. Like I have not seen The Simpsons in probably 15 years. I cannot imagine what they're talking about now. What in the world could the episodes be about at this point? Like, if the passage of time was real, I think Homer and Marge would be dead by now. They were probably like 20 or 30, 25 or 30 when the show started, and that was how many years ago? 30 years ago is when that, 35 years ago? I don't know. It's been a long time. Maybe they're not dead, but like, man, they've got to be getting up there. 1989, yeah, that's crazy to think about. dead at 65. Yeah, I may have got ahead of myself there. I truly think that they just keep going just because they can. Profitable or not, they're just gonna keep making episodes because they want to, which I can respect that for enjoying the craft of it, but. You really know the age of the voice actors because the voice actor for Marge can barely do the voice for her anymore. Do you think I could do her?
Homie.
That's Yoda. That actually hurt my forehead to make that noise. Well, I'll work on it. I'll chip away at it. We'll come back next stream and I'll have something. I'll have something new. I will be a voice actor one day, chat. You'll hear me on a show and you'll be like, oh my god, I know that guy. Just stick to the Peter impression. The Peter impression's not even good. I just like saying it the way he says it. Holy crap. Yeah, it could be Deku. If they ever needed a Deku, I'm there on the front lines. John, I'm on my last Eevee for this section. Epic. Is it the last Pokemon? Are we dashing to the end of the race? Have you worked on any beats recently? No, just because I've been moving. I really want to though. We should play a live action Deku. I think I'm a little too old to be Deku. Isn't Deku like 16? I think we might. I could do the voice maybe, not the live action portion. Because doesn't My Hero take place in like high school, or is it college? Japanese high school. Gotcha. Just shave and dye your hair green. Wait, I could turn to N. Oh my goodness, I could be N. And I could have a Zorua and a Clink. That would be so sick. You can't grow your hair that long? I definitely could. It would just be... My hair grows so fast, chat. Like crazy fast. I don't like having long hair. Once it goes over my ears, that's when I'm done. I clock out. Straight to the barber. Can you talk too fast and be socially awkward? I can barely talk. But yeah, I could try. So a bit of a fun fact. Deku shares a voice actor with Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. Wait. I could be Cloud. Do you think John could rock a man bun? I feel like I could rock long hair. It would look kind of weird. But like I'd you know, I could do the bob. Like imagine that. I can see it. Have you found a new barber? Nimi knows a barber. So I have not found one yet, but I will test the waters. Wouldn't it be better to spawn both Goomy by going perpendicular? Yes, but there is no perpendicular that I can do. That's convenient. Because look at it from this perspective. So if I walk over here, because there's not really a place I can walk to. Because that Goomy spawns in, and then the other one, I had to walk all the way here to do that. And then I can despawn and respawn, and I had to like look down. Actually, I didn't even walk far enough. Hold on, I had to walk. Is it here? No. I think it's this one right here. We can test it. Because here's the thing, if I walk all the way here, so I despawned here, and I had to walk all the way back to look at it again, and while I do get 2 new Goomy there, the issue with it is that I have to walk that entire distance to check them individually. I could just walk back and forth between the 70 and 50 marker to get it, but there wouldn't be much to look at. Like maybe if I do it offline. That's a lot of dead time wasted for the rain. Exactly. Like we're not really getting a lot of encounters. But also, like I said, we're doing 600 encounters per hour. So we're putting in the time. Can't you enter and exit the sewers? No. Nope, that's way later. Way later. I wish. It'd be cool. It would be significantly faster than it is right now. P! Next to the 4 months. I'm sorry, I didn't read that. Check those primes, chat. If you want ad-free viewing and emotes, you can link your Amazon account to your Twitch account. Yeah, we do not have access to the sewers at all, chat. I'll show you. You don't get this until like rank F, I think. Maybe even later than that. It's whenever you do the Corbeau work. So, not happening. But we will do some sewer hunting. It will happen. Why does Tail say 89 out of 93? It includes evolutions. There are 3 Pokemon in the Goomy line. I don't remember what's next in the story. I don't really either, and I like that. I want to be surprised. And we're still a little bit out because I had to evolve everything, but yeah, but there are some sewer hunts that we have to do. I think we do, like Litwick. I think the first time we see Litwick is in the sewers. No, I think don't we get Skrelp in a location prior to that? I can look, but I think it's actually before that. Because like the river where you get Dragalge, I think also Skrelp can be there. Oh no, that's Clauncher. Never mind. Yeah, you're probably right. And Klefki. Yeah, Litwick is going to be a little bit of a pain. But that's how it goes. Do you need to catch 1 or 3 Goomy? 1. I only need 1. I'm good. How are we gonna explain why it took 500 hours to get to that rank fight? A whole collection of shinies, about 170 of them. We'll explain it very well. The spot that spawns 2 Litwick. I remember we hunted in the sewers when I got the shiny charm. So I think I know the pathing to do that one, but also this is like, that's so far in advance, chat. The next section we have is just zones 7 through 10 in Absol. Does anyone have any tips on waking up during work, starting in Excel all day, fading fast? How to like stay up while you're working? I think just going for like a little walk. Like a little 5-minute walk will do numbers for you. I still remember when people were asking whether you'd be done before Pokemon Day. Yeah, no, that definitely wouldn't happen. No chance. No, I think I said the end of April is probably when I'll be finished with this video. But it could be sooner than that. Like I really don't know. We'll have to see what happens. It'd be cool to be done prior to that. We'll just have to wait and see. Very ambitious. I think one thing to consider though is one, despite not streaming a bunch this month because of the move, I made a ton of progress this month. And a lot of the hunts that I did were rooftop spawns, where I'm like, I'm hunting this individual Pokemon and absolutely nothing else. Keep in mind that the rest of this challenge is just zones. And there are maybe 5 Pokemon that are truly like really tedious to get. And tedious in the sense of like, I'm just gonna phase a bunch. But everything else is, you know, I should be getting a new shiny every single day or more. Just from what if you've seen me hunt in different locations. Like when I hunted in Zone 2. Zone 2, I found nearly everything in one day. And obviously I got really lucky for that one. But even like when I went back to go hunt for Staryu, I phased what, 2 times? I think I found a shiny Magikarp and I found the alpha Patrat, and then I just found Staryu, and then we were done. Yes? You want to come in? She doesn't want to come in. Okay, hold on one second. All right. Sponge. When you get to zone 20, do you need to do the trade evos that spawn in the center, or you do those trades earlier? The way that one's going to work, chat, is because the post game, you access that in the post game, but you also access the Mega Dimension stuff in the post game. I'm just gonna get them in Mega Dimension. It just makes way more sense to do it. I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, you should hunt in Zone 20," but I think people don't understand how boring that's going to be. Yeah, how many Pokemon are alphas in Area 20? It's like 73 or something like that. And I think there are 3 or 4 Pokemon that are trait evolutions that spawn there. And sure, getting the first one, it would take a long time, even with a shiny charm, but it wouldn't be that bad. Oh, it's 67. Oh. I'm listening. But then once you have that final one that you need to go for, we're gonna find 66 shinies before we find one that we're looking for, and that's if we hit odds. What's the setup plan to look like in the new office? What do you mean? I'm in it. I'm here. This is it, chat. I'm gonna have some stuff in the background in like within the week, but that's kind of it, chat. All right, I think we're gonna do a couple more checks, chat. Can you put the Christmas tree back up? I did not bring that with me. I fear not. It's gonna be as groovy as the old one. No, I actually like that it's more bright here. I really do. The rain is gone. The rain is gone, chat. All right. I've been live for about 4 hours today, chat. I'm slowly just easing back into the schedule, but I think that's probably going to do it for today. I will hunt off stream today to try and look for more stuff. Like hopefully I can get Eevee tonight, and then tomorrow we can go and get Gumi, because I really would like Gumi to be last. So, yeah, I think that's gonna probably do it for today. Let me see who is live. Who's live on the web? Oops. How did I do that? What the heck? What the heck? Who's live?
Challenging is that we...
Oh, sorry. I'll send you guys to Coop. All right, chat, thanks for stopping by. I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 Eastern. I'll stick to Eastern from now on. I'll be live at 12 Eastern, and I will see you guys on the next stream, and we'll be doing more gaming and more fun. All right, goodbye. See ya. Have a good one. Goodbye, everybody. See you later. Have a great day. Goodbye.